first call should be Jacob. Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
This just in. The NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a gift from the Home Depot. Because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Friday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Friday, June 6th edition of the Hall of Famers. And don't look now. By the way, we'll talk about the NBA Finals Game 1 last night. What a win. Meanwhile, how about a new Mason and Ireland caller jingle?
Angelo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Angelo, go for it.
Mason and Ireland on the radio, live on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the radio, live on 710 ESPN.
Genius.
That's all I got, gentlemen.
That's pretty good, man.
Trust me, that Angelo will make its way into a bump.
Well, we are going to work that in, Johnny I. We just did, actually. Yeah. Let's have some fun and frivolity on an F-It Friday, a feel-good Friday. Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon.
ESPN.
Right now.
Good afternoon. What is happening? It's Friday. How about that? Let's start with this.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
I normally save that to a little later in the show, but today is going to be the ultimate. When I say ultimate, I mean pretty good. It's going to be the ultimate It Friday. Let's roll, huh? Let's roll. Last night, John, you will be happy. You will be proud of me. But even in the fourth quarter, I never left the game. Now, I will say, I paid a little less attention when they were down 15, but when they started coming back, there I was. I woke up from my little late-night nap and saw the finish, and what a finish.
So here's a weird question. When's the last time you renewed your passport?
Renewed my I'm due to do it right now.
So am I.
Yeah.
So I did it last night during the game. So I had the game on.
Is it all online?
You can do it online. I elected to go mail in because I'm expediting
Okay,
it. You
got
can't
it.
expedite it if you do it online.
Got it.
But you can. That's your options. So I'm working on it, and then I just had the Wi-Fi redone at my house. Shout out Mir Audio Video.
Way to
Westwood,
go, Mir.
Isaac. Thank you. And so I had to get my printer hooked up, and so I'm not really paying attention to the game.
Yep.
And I get everything done with 5 minutes to go, and I look up, and it's OKC by double digits.
Yeah.
And I go, well, I'm just going to hang around and watch the game. And sure enough, they keep chipping away. Now, get a load of this. In the history of the NBA Finals, teams that had at least a 9-point lead with inside of 3 minutes to go were 182-0.
Wow.
182-0. Now it's 182-1.
Yep.
Because they let Tyrese Haliburton have a chance. And you do not want to let this guy into the henhouse. He is the best clutch shooter ever right now. Ever. He's made 12 of 14 shots inside of 2 minutes that either tie the game or put his team ahead. 12 of 14. And in these playoffs, he's 6 of 7 in the final 30 seconds.
And Jay Williams pointed this out today. 4 playoff wins when they had less than a 2% probability chance to win.
He's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
He's the boogeyman. Unless you kill him, he's going to come back and get you.
You know what they call him in The Athletic? The most overrated player in the NBA. How about that?
To quote the great Peter Sellers, not anymore.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
That's
he is
a
just
priceless Steinway.
He is
not anymore.
He has stolen the spotlight, and now Indiana's got a 1-0 lead with Game 2 in Oklahoma City. By the way, I blew a mythical money bet yesterday. I think I had $10,000 mythical dollars on OKC minus 8.5.
And
late in the game, I felt like, all right,
it
I'm
went
safe.
off at 10.5.
Yeah.
So you actually got the better.
I got 8.5.
You got the better end of the bet, but they didn't hold up to it.
Yeah.
Michael Funches is in for Laura today. How you doing, Funch?
I'm good, man.
That's why you can't turn. Funch, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember the Laker game at Indiana this year?
Is that where we blew a lead?
Yeah, but LeBron tipped it in.
Oh,
at
yeah, that's
the
right.
buzzer
That's right.
To win the game, and then the very next game was the Josh Giddey game where he threw in the half quarter.
Oh, yeah.
So I called two
right.
buzzer beaters on back-to-back nights.
Yep.
But it was kind of fun listening to all of the calls last night. Here is Mike Breen's call, the one we were talking about, where he, for some reason, elected not to do his signature call, which is bang. Here's what he did.
Final seconds, no fouls to give. Haliburton looking. Haliburton driving, pulls off, jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 0.3 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC. Tyrese Haliburton does it again.
So that's Mike Breen.
No
Now,
bang. And he gave an explanation for why.
he said he saves it for threes normally. He's only used it on 1-2 ever. And he said he just didn't think of it. And he, had he done it, everybody would have been happy. Now, Mark Boyle, who has my job for the Pacers, is one of the most senior play-by-play guys in the league. He's a great guy. I think he's been doing it for 40 years. And he had a really good call. Here's the Pacer radio call.
Not going to call the timeout. Haliburton has it with 3, driving with 2, pulling up, and hitting with 0.3 of a second to go. How many more times can this team do that?
That's a great call.
That is a great call.
And that's a question everyone was asking.
Yeah.
But that's not the best call.
No.
The best call, when the NBA Finals roll around,
a
25,
worldwide
30
event.
countries come in and broadcast, including Korea. And even if you don't speak Korean, you will love this call. Here it is.
자, 언더독인 인디애나가 익숙한 상황을 맞이한다. 할리버튼 버튼을 흔들어. 할리버튼. 와우.
I'm going to add that next year. Wow!
Yeah,
What do you
that's
think,
a good
Fudge? Can I
one.
get away with that
Yes,
call?
you could.
Wow!
Please do it.
On the right play.
It's
you
kind
could
of a
probably do it.
combination between
Wow
a
and-
wow and ah.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow! That's a great call.
That's a great call.
So now we got a series, hopefully.
Yeah, I
Or,
hope
or
so.
does OKC just win the next 4 and kill them?
I think OKC wins. I think OKC wins Game 2. I think Indiana wins Game 3. OKC Game 4. I think we're now cruising towards OKC in 6, which was your original call.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I think OKC's going to win too. But you better not mess around.
Indiana can't.
This reminds me of 2004.
Yeah.
The Lakers were that was that team with Shaq, Kobe, Malone, and Peyton. And Malone got hurt. Karl Malone got hurt in the finals. But the Lakers were still, even with that injury, massive favorites. Most people pick Lakers in 5. Turned out to be Pistons in 5.
Yeah.
Because they just took it more seriously and, had fewer injuries and they won it. So if Indiana wins, all right, here's the hard one.
Okay.
If Indiana wins on Sunday, who do you pick to win the series then?
Indiana.
That would flip
I think you blow the first 2 games at home. It's really tough to come back from that. I don't know what the history says or percentages or anything like that, but if you're down 0-2 and going on the road, I think you're screwed.
Yeah, I would still take OKC.
Would you even after blowing the first 2 home games?
I would. I would say I would change it
You're
to. I
betting
would change it to 7.
You're betting against Hallie.
Yeah, but maybe not for long. Let's see what he comes up with next.
All right, coming up next for you, a piece of sound, John, that you will love, but was very, very scary for people in Indiana. I will play you what it is next. In the meantime, this is an ad for BetterHelp. Now, I have dealt with over the years, mental health issues. Thank God, I've got them under control. I got people I can talk to, and that's the big problem, is that only 27% of Americans are in therapy, and people stay silent because they don't want to be judged. Look, here's the thing. Even if people around you don't know, you can still be talking to somebody. You can still be dealing with BetterHelp and a therapist there. They've got over 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. So if you're dealing with anxiety, any kind of emotional issues, world is coming at you too fast, you feel overwhelmed, all that stuff, we are all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
So you want to play in the 710 Listener Game on All-Star Friday night, Friday, July 11th in West Covina? Of course, the Listener Game made possible by our friends, the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Here's what you got to do. You got to come to Island Boy on Wednesday in West Covina to sign up in person so you can play in the 710 Listener Game. Islands, West Covina, Mason and Ireland's at Island Cap broadcasting live. Be there Wednesday and sign up to play in the 710 Listener Game. Thanks to Joseph S. Normand. We'll see you out in West Covina on Wednesday, Jack.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Ignite your afternoons at Waba Grill's $5 happy hour with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink. Like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. Only at Waba Grill.
Hey, John Ireland here. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative loaded with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, B vitamins, and natural caffeine. Plus, it's NSF certified for sport. Just clean energy to keep you locked in without the crash or synthetic junk. So go grab yourself the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy, champions choose clean energy.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon. The Waba Grill lunch hour is on. Why do they grill the order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins and fresh steamed vegetables. Right now, get a value bowl combo for only $8.99 for a limited time. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you as the Waba Grill lunch hour continues on 710.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Hey, today should be a national holiday. You know why?
Why?
National Donut Day. Sign me up. Best donuts in the world, DK's Donuts in Santa Monica. And there are donuts on their way from there right now. So I can prove that they are.
Do you guys
the
have a
best.
favorite kind of donut?
I like white cream. I like not Bavarian cream, but white cream, vanilla cream.
Okay.
Yeah, donut
Not the Boston
stuffed
cream.
with vanilla cream, not the Boston
Okay.
cream. I think you like the Boston.
Yeah, I like
cream, the
eclairs.
Yeah.
Eclairs are my favorite.
You're a big
donut.
custard guy.
Yeah.
Big custard guy. What about you, Funch?
I think anywhere from a Krispy Kreme glaze, just a warm Krispy Kreme glaze,
Yep.
to like just an all chocolate donut.
Yeah. Okay, and Brian?
I think they're called the old fashioned.
Oh,
Kinda
yeah,
like
those
the-
are good.
those are my
Chocolate
favorite.
old fashioned.
Yeah.
It's also really
or
good.
maple
yeah.
old fashioned. Oh, no.
Oh, maple old fashioned. I'm all in on maple. So watch how I do this, John. I'm going to put on a little clinic for you. Okay. So remember that story we had last week about Connor Daly?
Yeah.
He was riding in his race car, driving in the Indy 500, and he peed himself.
Right, and admitted it after the race. Said before the race even started, he was nervous. He had no way to get out of his car. He just peed in his pants.
And now he's got an endorsement deal, the ideal endorsement deal with Depends.
Right, smart.
Which makes perfect sense. Now, speaking of peeing your pants, this is what happened at if you were watching Fort Wayne's WPTA broadcast
Okay, so
last
this
night.
is in Indiana.
Yeah.
This is about an hour or two outside of Indianapolis. And with 1 minute to go in the game,
Yep.
with that whole comeback going on.
Yep. This is what happened.
Thunder clinging to this three-point lead. SGA the drive inside. Shot blocked. Siakam throws it back.
Next on 21 Alive News, the man who was brutally beaten at Pike's Pub last week has come forward. Hear what he wants to have happen now. Also tonight, a big night for Pacer fans as Indiana is in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, we
We'll show
know.
you a
We're just
local
watching 'em.
business who has seen a boost from the yes sirs.
And we could see a little fog overnight tonight. We'll have the very latest
That's
forecast.
a big
coming up in a
concern.
minute.
Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Amara Boss. Fort Wayne's most watched news start.
SGA guarded by
Starts
Tim
later. It starts later. They go back to the game.
Okay, I tell you something. I worked in TV news for
Has it ever
almost
happened?
30 years. Somebody's getting fired.
You think so?
For
yeah,
sure.
somebody.
For
now,
sure.
they're saying it was an automated something or other.
Yeah, but-
Which a lot of stuff is automated now, but whoever did the automating
Yeah.
probably is out on their
Somebody's
their
getting
ass. Yeah.
fired. Yeah.
That's unbelievable, though. Of course, the famous incident of that was the Heidi game.
But that was intentional.
Yeah, they decided, all right, nobody cares about this game. Let's show Heidi.
And then the team that was behind, I think it was Joe Namath and the Jets, came
Yep.
back and won.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but when you do that at a TV station, the phones go crazy.
Oh,
People
God,
calling for
I
your
can
head.
only
That
imagine.
anchor, the guy who said at the end, "I'm so and so,"
Yeah.
that guy's going to get hammered.
The score was 110-107 when they did that.
Right.
Indiana down 3.
Only thing that could have
breaking
made it-
news, there's fog tonight.
Yeah, the only thing that could have made it worse is that they would have covered up Haliburton's shot.
Oh, yeah, I know. Can
but,
you imagine?
Yeah, with a minute to go, that timing was
But
awful.
do you think somebody's out there?
Yep.
I agree. Somebody's going to take the
Is it
fall
because it's
for
in
that.
Indiana, too?
Oh, my
Or-
God. It's
yeah.
like even more so. If you're in Fort Wayne, Indiana,
That's what
and
I'm
you're,
saying,
you're
yeah.
a Pacers fan and you see this, you're like, what the hell? I
It
guess
was-
if it's in Dubuque, they care less.
Right.
But if it's in Indiana.
When it came back to the score changed. It was 110-109. So
Yeah,
it was
right,
like,
exactly.
yeah,
They
this
missed.
Yeah,
is-
after Siakam had that putback. Yeah.
You know, I think this is a really interesting piece of sound that I want to play. And, John, don't say it's nothing.
Okay.
Okay. So, Tyrese Haliburton did an interview after the game. Do you know what I'm going? Where I'm going? Okay.
Yeah.
With Scott Van Pelt.
Okay.
Really good interview. And in the
Van
middle.
Pelt is at these games. He
He's at
was
the
in
games.
Oklahoma City.
Yes. So I want you to listen to this. And there are people that believe Tyrese Haliburton is possessed by a demon. Okay? Now listen to this very carefully.
Here's the thing is like we've had to win in so many different ways all year. We've had so many weird wins during the regular season, during the playoffs. So
Why would that change? Because we're here in the finals. It's not changing. So, we just keep staying at it and just keep believing. And, that's the result we get.
Did you speed that up?
No, that's exactly the way he said it. That's why people listen to it again. It's
It
subtle.
sounds like AI.
It's subtle, but you can hear
His
the voice change.
Yeah, and it picks up pace
yes.
too.
Here you go.
Here's the thing: is like we've had to win in so many different ways all year. We've had so many weird wins during the regular season, during the playoffs. So why would that change? Because we're here in the
Right
finals.
there.
It's not.
Yep.
It's not changing. So we just keep staying at it and just keep believing, and that's the result. we get.
Maybe he's a replicant. Maybe he's a robot.
Brian, is he possessed by a demon?
I don't think so, but it's funny concept, so I will say yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Funch, possessed by a demon.
I think he's just like an AI robot.
Yeah, exactly.
It does sound
He's
AI.
a replicant. You guys see Alien?
Yeah.
He's a replicant.
He's one of them ones that like Sean Young was in Blade Runner.
Right.
What was them? Those were
Well,
the.
if that's the
those were
case, he wouldn't miss
replicants,
a shot then, right?
Well, he didn't miss the one that matters.
There's a reason he's hitting all these game winners.
He's 12
He's
and
hit a lot of
14
game
with the
winners.
game on the line.
He should be 14 for 14 if he's a robot,
No,
right?
he a demon. He a demon. All right, I want to remind everybody that next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday now, Mason and Ireland, Chidano and Cap, live broadcast for Los Angeles versus San Diego. You can watch the party starting at noon at Islands in West Covina. We're going to be talking baseball. We'll be soaking up SoCal vibes, all from the Islands at 139 Barranca Avenue, West Covina. LA takes on South, and we will be enjoying great food and cold drinks all afternoon long. That's Wednesday, June 11th at Islands. Fine burgers and drinks.
Here's the thing: is like we've had to win in so many different ways all year. We've had so many weird wins during the regular season, during the playoffs. So why would that change? Because we're here in the finals. It's not changing. So we just keep staying at it and just keep believing. And,
Could this be as simple as, you know how when you're listening to a podcast and you hit 1.5?
1.5, right.
Do you think the audio guy in the truck
hit 1.5? Oh, that's an interesting theory.
Could be.
That's what it sounds like.
It does. It sounds like all of a sudden he gets sped up and his voice gets higher.
And the funny thing is, what people say about Tyrese Haliburton is you can't speed him up.
Yeah, there you go. You speed him up.
Somebody just sped him up.
That's so funny. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. John, I intend to, and I've said this before, but I intend to. There are like 40 stories on the page right now.
Okay, you want to try and get to all of them?
Let's try to get to every single
All
story
right, so
on
give
the entire page.
Stick and move today.
Yeah,
like,
stick and
give
move.
your opinion and go to the next one.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's so much stuff here. So we'll do that coming up next, plus the wheel of questions. Funch is in for Laura. He's got the question. Hey, I want to talk to you about my friends at Tax Relief Associates. Owing money to the IRS is a terrible feeling. It's overwhelming. It can weigh you down. And there's all kinds of ads out there that are trying to scare you and confuse you. Listen, owing money to the IRS does not make you a bad person. Tax Relief Associates knows this, and they want you to relax and breathe and take the first step and get out from under that additional pressure that you don't need. Whether you got $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS one more day. The experts at TRA have a proven 3-step tax resolution process and knowledge of special programs available that can significantly reduce or even eliminate your IRS debt. It's easy to see why they got over 1,000 5-star ratings on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And your tax nightmare, get your life back on track. If you owe money to the IRS and you feel you got nowhere to turn, call Tax Relief Associates today. Simply visit TRA.com. That's TRA.com. Or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, everybody, it is Friday. Sedano and Cap are ready to take over the bike. The Bicycle Casino, Park West, man. 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. We got a $10,000 blackjack tournament. The first time we're ever doing this. We're going live from 3 to 6. Cards start going down at 7. I can't wait to see everybody out there. Right after Mason and Ireland, we come on to the air, and then 7 o'clock, we play blackjack. We'll see you at the Park West Bicycle Casino. Get ready to party on a Friday with Sedano and Cap.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S37-03172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
What do you got, Funch?
That's a dumbass question.
All right, guys.
That's not just for you, Funch. Laura gets everybody who asks a question gets that.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
I take it with love.
Everybody.
I take
Don't
it with
take it
love.
personal. Don't take it personal.
So me and the missus recently moved. We purchased a house in Monrovia.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. We've been living there for maybe about 5 weeks.
Okay.
And we, when you first move into a place, you barely cook, right? You just eat out all the time, right? Whatever. We started cooking maybe a week and a half ago, and a couple cycles in, our dishwasher broke.
Oh no!
Yeah, dishwasher broke.
Do you have a home warranty?
No, we don't.
Oh.
Hey, have you had somebody out take a look at it?
No, we're actually going to get a new dishwasher tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, good.
But I hate doing dishes. This is like the worst chore the household chore that I hate to do.
Right.
It's the worst. What's the absolute worst household chore that you hate to do, Steve?
The one I am tasked with all the time.
What do you have to do?
I'm in charge of the dishes and emptying the garbage can that contains all the remains from
But that's
what
a good
Sophie
deal for you.
and Ron doing why?
Because is Juan doing all the cooking?
Oh yeah, he's doing the cooking. I'm
Yeah.
doing the dishes.
So all you got to do is clean up.
Yeah, I'm picking up the
That's
and
a
then
good
taking it out to the.
That's a good deal for you and him.
You think so?
Is there a night where Juan cooks and he does the dishes?
There are definitely nights
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
yes, there are definitely nights that I just can't bring myself to do it.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right. You already talked about what I hate. You did it 5 weeks ago. I absolutely despise moving.
Yeah.
Hate it. Hate it. I've lived in like 7 or 8 towns because the business you and I are in, we move a lot. And every time I move, I always say, last time I'm moving. And it's never the last time.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
always moving.
Moving is the worst.
Yeah, moving is one. Like once I get in the house, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
I don't. Chores are not a big
Right,
deal to
right.
me. I do all the laundry. I
do all laundry too.
laundry
Yeah.
guy.
I
Do
love
you do
doing
the laundry?
I do all laundry.
But if you came to me and if Lisa came to me and said we're moving, I would just go, no, we're not. We're paying somebody to do it.
Yeah. Oh well, sure. Yeah.
Well, if you get like in our business, if you get a job and you got to go to a different city,
Sometimes they give you a
got to
moving
negotiate
allowance,
the
yeah.
move. And if you do that, it's great. Then they just do it all for you. But moving sucks.
It does suck. Brian, what about you? What household chore are you tasked with?
On the same wave of the dishes, hate it. But the one that I absolutely hate the worst is pulling weeds. Yeah, something around the house.
Oh, weed pulling, huh?
Yeah, around the back or when. My back hurts every
What kind
time.
of weeds? Like dandelions and stuff like that?
All kinds.
Why don't you get some of that stuff you throw in the grass to make
Yeah,
weed,
the
no
spray.
weeds
The
grow?
spray.
Yeah, spray. Come on.
I've heard it's not good for the dogs, So
Oh,
you got to be
well,
out there.
no, it's not good for
yeah,
comfort.
yeah.
You got to
don't
be down there
wanna
with
do
your
it.
hands.
You're absolutely right. So, all right, thank you very much, Funch.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so start hitting some of these stories. What do you got?
Okay. This is a nominee for Tweet of the Year. Tweet of the Year, John. This came in yesterday, and I think explains exactly the best way that the show works.
Okay.
So here is the tweet of the year on this page here. We have so many pages. All right, this page. So yesterday we were talking about, the Ireland tells the same stories, all that kind of stuff. So somebody tweeted in this. Mason and Ireland are a good match. Ireland repeats his stories, and Mason doesn't remember what it was said on yesterday's show, which is completely true. Completely true.
Yeah, that's true. Of all the stories, there are people write in and they'll say, Ireland, you told that story last year. And Mason will go, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And then somebody will play it for us, like when I did it.
When you did it, exactly.
And Mason will go, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, this
like
is
with the Kim Kardashian thing. Well, why has Kim Kardashian never been on the show? She's been in the show 3 times.
Yeah, don't recall.
We find a clip where Mason's talking to Kim Kardashian.
Listen,
has no recollection.
I learned
of it.
this phrase in an event I was involved in a few years ago. I have no recollection of Kim Kardashian. By the way, the exact tweet is from Paymon. They go together well because Ireland repeats stories left and right, and Mace forgets the next day.
There you go.
So it works
That's
out
why the
perfect.
show works.
By the way, a lot of your stories that have been recycled, for me, everything is new for the first time.
Well, yeah, so that's one thing that's good. The other thing is, like, people that listen to the show and have listened to us for like 30 years are the ones that complain about repeat stories. And then, so there's the initial complaint.
Yeah.
Ireland, you always tell that story. And then then somebody else will defend it. I just started listening to these guys this year. I've never heard that
Never
story
heard that
before.
story, exactly.
Yeah, so that's the dilemma with whether or not you're going to tell a story you've already told before.
Chief of L has got a comment for Brian Cohen. He says, how the heck you going to do a game when Ireland is a huge favorite? Come on,
That
dog.
was yesterday.
that was yesterday.
Yesterday's
That
game,
was-
you did an NBA-based game when there were no other NBA people here.
Well, DeAndre was in here as
unfair.
well.
Yeah,
you know?
DeAndre did pretty well,
he
too.
hung in. DeAndre hung in pretty
he did
well.
hang in. All right, next thing here. Let's see. Next thing is this. What's the best organization in professional sports? Best organization in professional sports. What comes to mind?
I'll tell you what. Right now,
I agree with you, by the way. I know it's coming.
it would be tough to beat the Rams.
Oh, the Rams.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say it's tough to beat the Dodgers.
Well, it is, except that the Dodgers just outspend everybody.
Right. They also outsmart people.
Yeah. The Rams are in a capped lead.
Yeah, true.
And never are down very long.
Yeah, yeah.
But, all right, if we take off the homer hat.
Yeah, take off the homer hat.
And say we can't pick an L.A. team.
Outside of here, best organization in sports.
It's not the Cowboys. They don't win.
No, God, no.
It's you know who always wins? Although they're in a kind of a down page now, but they never have a losing season, are the Steelers.
The Steelers, yeah, that's a great organization. I actually think the Golden State Warriors are a great organization. You know, they guided, even this year, they took a run at with Jimmy Butler, and it was not a total mess. I think the Golden State Warriors.
They own their own arena.
Own their arena. They spend money. I think they've gone over the salary cap multiple times. So I think them. Is there anybody else that comes to mind? Best organization in professional sports, Funch.
The Thunder is pretty well positioned for the next several years.
Yeah.
Who would it be in baseball if it's not the Dodgers? We can't pick
Not
an
the
LA
Dodgers.
team.
Yankees?
Yeah, they're
Yankees
pretty good.
will spend you into oblivion. I'm trying to think of the clever team. You know, it's a good
Would it
organization.
be Rays?
Rays, yeah. Rays are a really good organization. Their payroll is 99 cents.
What about the
and
Diamondbacks?
That's my buddy Derek Hall running that.
Did they treat their guys good?
Yeah, but they don't win enough.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't win enough. All right, I'm done with that.
Okay. Well, we have to be today.
Yeah, we have to be. We're moving along. All right, Sean, there is a law on the books now in the state of Ohio that makes
your home state.
That makes it illegal for Ohio State to play on Big Noon Saturday. Ohio State people feel like they're getting screwed because their games are at noon and they're not in prime time, and not everybody's getting a chance on the West Coast in particular to see games that start at 9 a.m. So they passed a bill and they say Ohio State no longer will play on Big Noon Saturday. Of course, they are scheduled for the first Big Noon Saturday
against
of the
Texas,
year,
and that's what's
Texas.
causing us. My friend Bob Davis just texted Green Bay Packers.
Oh, that's a good.
That's a
solid
really
organization.
good one. Yeah, he's from Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Bob's from
that's
Wisconsin.
a good one.
That is a good one. Okay, to your thing about Big Noon Saturday.
Yeah.
I think that they've made a big mistake putting Texas-Ohio
I
State
agree.
on at 9 o'clock because you didn't agree before. You were supportive of it because it's Sark, it's Texas that killed it, and you said you would have done the same thing.
Well, no, I am against it being moved, but I understand why Sark doesn't want to move it.
Sark says he doesn't want to move it because their first home game, they were going to move it to primetime Sunday night because
Right.
it's the week before the NFL season starts.
Which would give him one less day to prepare for Southwest Missouri, whatever the hell they're playing
Right.
the next week.
So I think that I think they should have done it. I think they should have moved the thing to prime. I think the more games that are on in prime time, the better audience you have and the better chance that people will see your team play,
Right.
which might help you get into the playoff. I think Big Noon Saturday is just stupid.
Yeah, Big Noon Saturday. I don't understand. It should be Big 3 p.m. Saturday because
Right.
that game is on 3 p.m.
I think they did it out of necessity. I think if we had a Fox guy here, he would say, well, that was the only slot that was available to us. All the other windows were taken.
Got it.
So they made a big deal out of Big Noon Saturday. But the truth is, my buddy Bruce Feldman works on that package.
Right.
And the problem with it is, if it's a great game, it's on 9 o'clock Saturday morning.
Yeah, right,
So
right.
nobody's drinking. I'm normally out golfing. I
Yep.
never, a lot of people don't see it. So I'm against Big Noon Saturday.
And
I
to
think
the
they
guy,
should get rid of it.
to the guy with the legal bill in Ohio, you've got more important fish to fry. Let's spend our time.
Apparently, he feels he does not.
Somewhere else. By the way, if you're in Ohio, probably is the big fish, Ohio State. All right, Florida has got a huge problem with a bunch of invasive venomous snakes. Do you know how they are getting rid of them?
No, I haven't even heard this story.
They are releasing more snakes.
Snakes that kill snakes?
They're releasing snakes that will kill the snakes, which I think is interesting. I wouldn't have expected that to be a thing. That's not really much of a story, is it? Some of these probably aren't much of a story. All right, let's do this one. This is good. Let's do this. John, guess what the exact Super Bowl matchup will be based on analytics. So I've got the lists of exact Super Bowl
So if you put
matchups.
everything in computers.
Could put everything in a computer. What is the most likely Super Bowl matchup?
For this coming season.
For this coming year, yes.
Philadelphia, Buffalo.
Philadelphia, Buffalo is number 3.
Okay. Philadelphia, Kansas City.
Is number 1.
What could number 2 be? Does number 2 involve Philadelphia?
Yes.
If Philadelphia, Baltimore is
Yeah,
anything it could
Philadelphia,
be.
Baltimore,
Yeah.
exactly. Let's see. Lions versus Bills is next on the list. Lions versus they love the Lions. Lions versus Bills. Lions versus Ravens. Lions versus Chiefs. Rams versus Chiefs is next. Rams versus
That'd be a killer
Bills
Super.
is
I
next.
mean, that might be the best regular season.
No question. Best chance to win the Super Bowl. Where do you think the Rams rank? Again, according to computers.
Just in the NFC or overall?
Overall.
I'll say 9th.
7th. Yeah,
Okay.
they're right there in it. It goes Eagles, Chiefs, Buffalo, Baltimore, Lions, Commanders, your adopted
My team, they got better quicker.
And the Rams, number 7. So really good odds for the Rams. Chargers, Brian, where do you think?
Number 9.
Number 8. Yeah,
Okay,
they're
there
right
we
there
go.
in the thick of it.
Hell yeah.
Right there in the middle.
This tweet from Dave Coleman.
Yes.
So this is the back and forth I deal with all the time.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dave. Ireland, please keep your stories coming. I've listened since you followed Wolfman Jack on 690,
those are the
and I've heard
days.
almost every story. Back when Rome and John Jalesnik did updates for the Saw and stood by the high-speed sports wire.
Oh, that is so funny.
And remember, after what killed Lee was the internet. Lee Hamilton.
well,
because
the
he used to say
high-speed-
he had a high-speed sports wire, and then the internet that became the high-speed
We
sports
all
wire.
have one already. We don't need all your notes there,
Yeah.
Lee. What is Lee doing these days? I
Okay.
hear he's still roaming around.
Yeah, he's doing like he converted to like an internet post instead
Okay.
of doing a show. Like, here are the fastest 15 minutes in Twitter.
Now, would you, because I think this might be interesting, would you ever be interested in inviting Lee Hamilton onto the show?
I would.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would love to have Leon.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, we should talk to. I'll send a note to Laura. She'll be back next week. I think it'd be really fun to have Leon, but not Steve Hardman. All right, let's do some sports graffiti. 877-710-ESPN.
How's your phone look over there? You got emojis on it still?
No, it looks like it works.
All right,
yeah.
We'll try your phone. If it doesn't work, I'll do it.
Excellent. It's Effin' Friday, which means anything goes today. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. And a reminder, ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone is presenting the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday Night, happening July 11 at West Covina Sportsplex. Kids age 7 to 12 can swing big, be part of the All-Star action. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Click on the T-Ball Tee-Off card and find sign up in your designated age group. Children's Dental Fun Zone, sparkling smiles and happy kids. Sports graffiti now, 877-710-ESPN. Mason and Ireland, 710-ESPN.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
ESPN LA app. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
This is the next phase in my therapeutic work.
Nicole Kidman returns for the Hulu original 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is safe?
We take you back to a core trauma. Breathe in, breathe out.
She is manipulating us.
Breathe in, breathe out. While you're resisting.
Is it too late to get a refund? The all-new season of 9 Perfect Strangers is now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. New episodes Wednesdays.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, it's Cap. Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, no commissions, no open houses, and no costly repairs. With Seller's Advantage, we'll make you a fair, competitive cash offer with no surprises. Check out what one of the sellers had to say. Seller's Advantage was a lot easier, faster, and more rewarding than listing my house. I worried about getting a low offer, but theirs matched the value I was hoping for and much higher than their competitors. They gave me time to decide, and the process was friendly, fast, and anxiety-free. I highly recommend Seller's Advantage. Call Seller's Advantage today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free, no obligation cash offer. That's sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland. on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
All right, here we go, you people. Time for some sports graffiti, and let's start out with, let's hope the phones work. Steve in Santa Monica. No, they don't.
Mate,
Oh, there's
Steve.
Steve. What's up, man?
Yo, big Rams fan. You know, whose house, Rams house, whose house, Rams house, whose house, Rams house. I go to every game. I'm in section C110. Where are your seats? I want to go find you at the game.
I'm in section.
You have good seats.
121.
Or do you, Steve? Do you like your seats where you are?
I love my seats.
Yeah.
Are you on the lower level or
they're
I'm on the middle level at about the 40-yard line.
I'm in the lower level, C110, at about the 40-yard line. I'm in the visitor side, so I get to heckle at all the visiting fans every time I'm at the game.
There you go. Nice, man.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
I'm on the home team side.
Here's Eddie in Diamond Bar. Hey, Eddie, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys, I want to just cover something that you guys talked about a few months ago with Eric Gagne, and was it cool for him to get an award or not?
Right.
And just a quick story is my sons and I, this was back in 2005, 2004, we were in the Dugout Club, and Jeff Kent was up there and reading a newspaper and would not even acknowledge my son when he asked for an autograph.
Sounds like Jeff Kent.
Eric Gagne came in and sat down with the boys and talked to him for 20 minutes. So I would just give him a little.
There has never been, Eddie, there has never been a question that Eric Gagne is a good guy. The question is, he definitely used performance-enhancing drugs, and how should that affect his legacy? And different people look at it different ways. Mason and I got to know Frank Robinson, the Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And Frank used to say, if anybody used performing-enhancing drugs, in my mind, they're dead to me.
Yep.
They cheated the game. Other people would say Eric Gagne saved his career. Remember, he was an average starter.
Oh, yeah.
Became a reliever and became an elite closer, probably the best closer in the game. Didn't he win a Cy Young?
He won the Cy Young,
as a reliever. So it's a complicated legacy.
Right, and there's no question. I mean, he even acknowledged in his autobiography that he did use HGH.
And he was a good dude.
Yeah. I like
he
Eric
was fun to talk
Gagne,
to.
yeah.
Stan in Pasadena. Hey, Stan, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. Two things. First, big shout-out to Joey Herrera. He's a son of a good friend. Just qualified for the U.S. Open.
Hey, way to go, Joey.
Awesome, man.
That
That's
is
great news.
And Stan, you know how hard that is, right?
Oh, gee, nearly impossible. He's been trying to get on the Corn Ferry Tour, and here he goes. He qualifies for the U.S. Open. Pretty amazing. Second thing, put your mystical money away. Bring out your real dollars. Baeza in the Belmont.
Okay, Belmont. Aiza is the horse's name? How do you spell it?
Baeza is the horse's name. Baeza.
Okay, we'll check it out. Thank you.
7 to 2 morning line. All right, guys.
Okay,
All right.
excellent.
There you go.
The Belmont. Baeza.
That's this weekend, right?
Yeah, that's this weekend. Tomorrow
Gary in
New York.
Anaheim. Hey, Gary, you're on Sports Graffiti. What do you got?
Hey, I'll tell you why I'm calling. I've got a $100 bill, and I've got John Ireland's signature on it, and I was calling to see if maybe I could get Mace to sign it.
Sure.
I'm happy to sign it, but
Hey,
I
do
think
this.
you should spend it.
No, hey, Gary. What were
Yes.
what were the circumstances under which I signed it?
You recall the Mandy Awards
Yes.
last year?
Yeah.
I'm the guy that offered the $100 on the bet.
If I would kiss
the
Mason.
kiss thing, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then you gave me $100, so you kept the one I signed and gave me a different 100, right?
I gave you $520.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Okay.
Hey, Gary?
I'm happy to sign it,
Gary,
but I still
here's what
think you should spend it.
Gary, here's what you should do. Go to the remote next Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, next Wednesday
And
at Islands.
Mason will be there, Islands in West Covina, if you can swing it, and he'll sign it for you.
Happy to sign anybody's $100 bill.
Yeah, he walked up to me at the Mandy's, goes, I'll give you $100 if you kiss Mason on the lips. You don't know me very well.
By the way, what about this? I make change for $100. I give him a $20 bill back. I sign a 20.
Okay.
Okay. And then get you to sign the 20.
But how does he get his money's worth?
He doesn't. He gets $80 less.
That's
I'm
not
just
gonna
saying,
work.
let's do it on a 20 instead of a Hyundai. A Hyundai's
He's
spendable.
not taking a
do
loss.
it on a 5. Don't do it on a 100.
He's not taking a loss on this deal. Here's Martin in L.A. Hey, Martin, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
John, I'm calling regard to Embiid.
Okay.
I think the Lakers, if that's available, I think the Lakers should go for it. We should do what we
Hey,
what,
Martin,
Clippers do
welcome
with
to
Kawhi.
Embiid Island. I thought it was just Michael and
Yeah.
I. We thought we were the only two people on the island. Welcome, Martin. Welcome.
Look, we should do what the Clippers do with Kawhi. We're going to sit him, and then we're going to bring him in.
How about
like
that,
40
Mason?
games
We
in.
load manage him the whole year, which I hate, and then unleash him in the playoffs.
You've got to load manage. He only played 63, or missed 63 games last year. You better load manage him.
Has there ever been a guy that did not play in a regular season game and played in every playoff game? That's what I want to know.
The closest probably would be Kawhi, right?
Yeah. Robert in Montebello. Hey, Robert, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, what the hell is wrong with you guys?
In
you
what
guys
way?
are not witnessing greatness with the Pacers. John, you like to say that the hardest thing to do in sports is to witness greatness when it's happening. Well, you guys
Right.
are missing out.
Well, wait a minute. Robert, I already said he is putting on the greatest clutch shooting performance in NBA history.
We spent the first half hour of the show on
How
it.
can I praise him any more than that? The greatest clutch shooting performance in NBA history. Better than Jordan, better than Kobe.
You're still picking the Thunder, John.
I am in 6.
The Pacers in 7.
Okay.
Haliburton is going to
Robert,
take over
I
the
hope
league,
you're
and
Robert.
everyone's going to have to eat crow.
Okay, Robert, I'm
And
happy
we're going
to
after
eat crow.
Miles Turner too.
I'm happy to eat crow.
Yeah.
I want the Pacers to do well. I want a series. I want it
I'd
close.
love to see a 7-game series.
Yeah, I have no loyalty to OKC.
No, I don't
Matter of
either.
fact, there's an ex-Laker on each team. Thomas Bryant's on the Pacers
Right.
and Alex Caruso's on the Thunder. So whoever wins, wins. I'm rooting for both those guys. Dave in Agoura Hills. Hey, Dave, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. First of all, John, I have heard your Wilt Chamberlain story several times. but
Right.
No big deal.
Well,
Anyway,
imagine
I
Mason.
have a
He's heard all my stories. several
Yeah, it's
times.
been 30 years, man. 30 years.
Anyway, I have a quick technical question and then another comment. The technical question is I usually listen on the app, and when you guys have one of these caller number 7 wins, the app's like 20 seconds delayed.
Yeah, there's really
people listening on the app have no chance to win those.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. That's the technology.
Yeah, we can't get it out
Dave,
there
if you're-
fast enough.
What I would suggest is if you're interested in those contests, if you're winning, just listen on the radio because that'll even the
I
score.
thought that was probably the case. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I have another quick comment. You guys, excuse me, a while back we were talking about if saving a stranger versus someone in your family.
Right.
And you would never save a stranger.
Right.
Well, that can be extended to your pet. And they asked people if your pet was drowning and a stranger was drowning.
Oh, that's
which
a
would
good
you
one.
Save. And guess how many people said they'd save their pet?
I would say
65%.
Yeah, I would say more than 50%. Are we right?
It was close. It was like 40%, I think.
40%.
Mace, that'd be a really hard one for you.
Super tough one.
Person who there's two people two beings drowning.
Yes.
One is your dog.
Yep.
The other is a person who you don't
And
know.
one of them is going to die no matter what.
Right. Who do you save?
Which dog is it?
Well, Sophie's already gone.
Yes.
I know you like. Ron. Would Ron make it? Veronica gets saved, right?
Yeah, Veronica gets saved.
Ron?
Absolutely. Ron.
Nice knowing you.
Kind of a weird dog. Yeah. He is the weirdest dog. No, I would save my dog. I would try to throw a life preserver and also save the dog, something like that.
Hopper in the Valley. Hey, Hopper, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, it's actually kind of related to two quick things. Eddie, who called before, mentioned Eric Gagne. I happened to go down me and my family went down for a series in San Diego, and I saw Gagne in the pool with his daughter, and I was wearing a Dodger cap, and he was like, "You going to be in the clubhouse tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll see you there," right? I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no, it's one of the hardest things to do, Hopper, is figure out how we treat those guys that cheated. because Gagne, for all intents and purposes, is a great guy. Very well liked by his teammates, well liked by Dodger fans. But he even admits that he cheated. So what do you do with that legacy? It's hard.
It's a hard one. Any of them, too. And I mean, we all think what we think about Barry Bonds and the jersey he wore, but my God, he's the greatest hitter of all time, probably.
There you go.
Tanner Scott, I got to say, I went from a 13 on the worry scale down to about an 8. And I'm not out of the weeds on Tanner Scott, but it's looking good. All right, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Thanks.
he is.
Yeah, Tanner Scott.
His last 2 outings have been excellent.
Blew up in Game 1. Game 3 got the win. Game 4 yesterday got the save. Maybe Tanner Scott has figured it out.
Here's Ernest in L.A. Hey, Ernest, you're on Sports Graffiti. What do you got?
Hey, guys, I love this segment. It's one of the best. You should make it mandatory for the other 2 shows to have it as well. It's important to hear from the listeners. John, that Korean call.
Yeah.
That guy, that sounded like that Budweiser commercial. Remember years ago?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's very funny.
All right, Mace, do you think I can work in the wah call next year?
Wah! Well, you do when you do a drunk guy. You always wah. There you go. So you've got a wah in you.
Yeah.
You do it on a regular
Funch,
basis.
you got to remind me next year. Funch
I
produces
will.
all the Laker
do.
games. Ireland, this could be a wah moment.
Yes.
Daniel in Norwalk. Hey, Daniel, what do you got?
Mason in Ireland, you guys are amazing.
Thanks,
Thank you, Daniel.
Real quick, what is the most expensive meal you've ever paid for, and was it worth it?
Okay, that's a good question.
I once, for Lisa's 30th birthday, she's in her 50s.
Yep.
now. When Lisa turned 30, I threw a dinner party for her at this fancy restaurant in Laguna, and I invited 30 people. And I paid the tab. And the tab was about $15,000.
Woo!
That's the biggest one I ever did. And yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's a
the only time
birthday
it's the only time we've ever done it.
Yeah, sure.
That group of people that were there that night will never be together
I get
again.
that. I get that.
Yeah.
For me, it was R.J. Bell was an old gambling guy that we had on the show. What a pain in the ass he was. And so he invites me and Juan and a friend of mine to dinner at Milos in Las Vegas. Do you know that restaurant? Milos. It's a French restaurant.
Okay. And he picked the restaurant.
Right. He picked the restaurant. He also ordered for us. He said, we'll have the fish, whatever the hell it was. A fish shows up in a block of ice, okay? And you got to dig into the ice to get to the fish. RJ conveniently excused himself before the bill actually came, I wound...
He Irish goodbye the bill?
He picked the restaurant. He ordered the food. He did the whatever the chef thinks is good today. Then he walked out the door and left me with a $1,300 bill.
Did he have an excuse like, hey, I have to go somewhere? I have another thing
Never
to
heard
do?
from him again, and never had him back on the show.
Yeah. And that was the beginning of a new gambling expert.
Yeah, that's when the Fez came in.
Yeah. We'll do one more. Henry in Signal Hill. Hi, Henry. What do you got?
Hey, how you doing? Mason and I learned 5-time caller. Hope you guys are well. My
Excellent.
dark horse is still in it with a great shot last night at the buzzard. What do you guys? I know I've been hearing your takes on it. Heck, it was my dark horse. You guys have a great afternoon.
Okay,
All right,
thank
Henry,
you very
see ya.
much, Henry.
Okay, so where are we on your list? How many more do we got?
Oh, my God, we got so many, man.
Like 40 or 50?
We've got at least 40.
Okay, let's
At least
see
40
how many
stories.
we can do.
Okay, that's
All
coming
right.
up next. By the way, let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're struggling emotionally, your mental health is not right now. Believe me, mental health is health. And there is a therapist standing by right now. Go to betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout. BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Cappy at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the player rewards desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com. With me, Cappy, at the $10,000 blackjack tournament, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the player rewards desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at espnla.com.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at highdesertbeerandwinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's highdesertbeerandwinefest.com.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now, for a limited time, get 2.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 7th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon. Remember, when you see Steve Mason out on these streets, don't mob him.
By the way, I was mobbed by listeners when I walked over to LA Live today, when I was walking in LA Live. So many
For
people
what
listening
reason?
to the show. Just fans of the show.
Oh, okay.
So I was mobbed. Both of these guys listened.
The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, continues on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
All right, on this date in some year, this song came out. Brian, what do we got?
Brian, I'm going to guess the year, okay? This was the 1 year I was in Monroe, Louisiana, so it's either 86 or 87. I'm going 86.
Ooh, should have went 87.
87. Yeah.
You had it.
Now, for me, and I know I Will Always Love You is probably her biggest. This is my favorite Whitney Houston song. So we were in El Salvador. Sentences you don't often expect to hear. We were in El Salvador, and it was our anniversary, and there was this bonfire on the beach, and everybody was up at the restaurant doing whatever. And there was a DJ down at the beach, and they were playing a nice jam. All of a sudden, Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance With Somebody comes on. Everybody goes to the fire and dances. What's weird about it is Whitney Houston couldn't dance. Do you remember this video? She was really not a good dancer.
They just put a bunch of people behind her.
Dancing was not her thing, but that's my favorite. What was your favorite Whitney Houston song? I Will Always Love You? It's pretty memorable.
What is my favorite? This was Lisa Ireland's first concert. Whitney Houston.
Wow, I never got to see her in concert.
This whole album, that first Whitney Houston album,
it's great.
was you can't miss. All those songs she sang on The Bodyguard were really good, too.
Yeah, that's I Have Nothing is one of the big songs.
Yeah.
I Will Always Love You is one of the big songs.
Yeah, it'd probably be one of those.
Which was written by Dolly Parton.
No kidding.
I Will Always... Did you know that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I Will Always Love You was written by Dolly Parton, originally recorded by her, and she is so happy that Whitney Houston did her remake because... Dolly Parton says she put all of her nieces and nephews through school based on Whitney recording that song.
So my cousin is a pilot. He flies private planes. So if you have a private plane, you hire him and he'll fly you to wherever you want to go, and then he'll hang. So he's flying. My cousin lives in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So he's out in California because he flew some high rollers out here to a wedding in Montecito, and he's just hanging out listening to us. So when we were talking about greatest organizations, he's from Philly or outside Philly. He says Eagles. My response to him was, you guys once booed Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's
Immediate disqualification.
That's true.
He says, well, that was the fans, not the organization, but guilty as charged.
Yeah, guilty as charged. Exactly. All right, so we're racing through a bunch of stories on an F at Friday. Here's one. Taylor Swift was reportedly being advised to dump Travis Kelce.
What?
So here's what it says. Taylor Swift being advised to give him the boot.
What do you have against love?
Give him the boot for the sake of her global brand. A source close to the pair told us up until now, Taylor and Travis have been the ultimate power couple, shining together, but whispers are swirling that they may have hit a snag. Apparently the team is worried. Her team is worried that they are overselling the relationship. She is losing followers on Instagram and Twitter. So what?
She's not allowed to have a boyfriend
well,
now?
no, what do you... remember, she got booed at the Super Bowl.
Right.
Which was a thing, right? Yeah. She's lost a lot of Instagram and Twitter followers.
So are you suggesting she break up with Kelce to save her career?
Save your career, Taylor.
I think her career is fine.
Yeah, no, her time...
She can date whoever she wants.
It's never going to last. It won't last through another football season.
But wait a minute. She's got to be getting to the age where... she's going to get married pretty soon.
What do you mean? She's put a ring on it mode?
Yeah, don't you think?
She's 30. How old is
she in her 30s?
Swift?
I'll find
30-something.
I'm going to guess Taylor Swift is probably 34.
That sounds about right. 34?
35.
35.
All right, I was off by a
So
year.
you think it's put a ring on it mode?
Well, girl, like Lisa were here, she would say, if you're that age and you're a woman, particularly if you want to have kids, you're not waiting around forever for this guy. You know, he's got to step up.
Although I have a friend who has frozen her eggs.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
As a thing, you know, for down the line.
I got a friend that did that too.
It probably
it's super expensive.
It really depends on if she wants to have kids. Like, Brian, you and Allison are not having kids, right?
Yeah, that's the consensus we kind of went through.
That's the consensus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not having kids, there is no clock.
Right. Why do you not want to have kids? I'm just curious. I never did. It was never a driving passion in my life.
Same. There's never really been that drive of like that itch of wanting kids. I don't know. It's never really been there for either of us.
Funch, what about you?
I mean, at first, I think we wanted kids.
Funch, are you older or younger than your wife?
I am 2 months younger.
Okay, so
yeah, same
and
age.
how old are you?
44.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are probably
done.
Yeah.
We're not probably
if you
done.
adopt, you can. But 44, it's
We'd
like
rather have a bunch of dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Boy, we got
three people here that don't have kids.
Yeah. And have no interest in it.
Right. And if you don't by the way, if you don't have interest in it, don't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a lot of work.
There's like this idea that if you don't have kids, your life will not be complete and all that. No, my life feels pretty complete. And you can still live a complete life if kids not your thing. And if it's not your thing, don't do it. You're going to screw them
We have
up.
a lot of freedom, too.
Yeah, and you got a lot of freedom without.
There
Sure.
you go.
All right, John, so you like bourbon. You like a good bourbon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there is a new, I shouldn't say a new bourbon. There is a brand of bourbon called Pappy Van Winkle. Have you ever heard of it?
Of course. Did you ever see, there's a very bad movie with somebody, look up the name of this movie. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it's called The Internship.
With De Niro?
No, that's The Intern.
The Intern, right.
With Anne Hathaway and Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
This is with Owen Wilson and
Vince
Vaughn.
Vaughn. Yes.
And
they're like working for Google, right?
Google, right?
Yes.
Aren't like whenever they want to celebrate something, they break out the Pappy Van Winkle. That's the first time I heard that phrase. And I thought they were just making it up. And it's an actual bourbon that apparently is pretty exclusive and pretty good.
Yeah, now,
but I've never had it.
The most expensive bourbon of all time is Pappy Van Winkle. They recently sold a bottle of classic from years and years ago, I suppose, for $125,000.
So if you watch this movie, they're trying to win several. Matter of fact, one of the guys you had on your podcast was great in that movie, and I had never heard him.
It's called The Internship?
Yeah. And the guy that was on your podcast, I had never heard his real voice until you interviewed him, was named Max Minghella.
Oh, yeah, Max Minghella, yeah. He's a great actor.
He plays the bad guy in The Internship.
Oh, okay.
And he's great.
Yeah, nice.
He's just a jerk.
Yeah,
and he's great at playing the jerk.
Here's my question about the Pappy Van Winkle here.
That's the first time. And they talk about that whole movie. That's where's the Pappy? Break out the Pappy. Blah, blah, blah.
So if
this is pricey liquor right here. This is very, very pricey. I'm looking at it right now.
The vintage bottle was $125,000. So my question is, if I put a highball glass of bourbon, $125,000 bourbon, and a highball glass of Bullet.
Okay.
Would you be able to tell the difference?
I probably would. Well, I don't know. I'd like to try it, but I probably wouldn't because I never drink bourbon straight. I always put it in a Manhattan,
or
I'll put it in a whiskey sour, or put it in sour. So I would probably not be able to do it, but others could.
So why do it? Why buy? Like, I always wonder, like,
well,
why?
some people are more discriminating than us.
Why buy?
Well, it's the same thing about. Remember, we did that wine test that one time.
Yeah.
Like Michael likes really high end wine.
Yep.
I'll drink anything.
Yeah,
give me the Boone's Farm.
You just want swill.
Yeah,
swill. I just don't. I never understand ordering top shelf stuff because the bottom shelf stuff is just fine. It works
most of the time.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Coming up next for you. We're trying to get through everything we got here. How about this? One former NBA star says he was happiest when he was broke. That is coming up next for you. In the meantime, have you been to Cosm yet? Oh, man, you are missing out. Cosm brings fans the ultimate sports experience. Imagine all your favorite sports, NBA Finals, NHL, Stanley Cup Finals, Premier League Soccer, UFC, WWE. It is all on these massive shared reality screens. They're like wraparound and immersive, and you will feel like you're at the game. Or you can try the hall. The hall's really cool because it's a gigantic sports bar with the biggest screens you've ever seen. One of the things I love is the food and cocktails at Cosm. Excellent craft cocktails, great food. Try the Korean-style nachos, excellent. The lemon pepper wings, A+. All that stuff at Cosm. Go to Cosm.com. Check out the schedule, like Stanley Cup Finals, NBA Finals, Indy versus Oklahoma City tomorrow. Again, go to Cosm.com. That's COSM.com, Cosm.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, everybody, it is Friday. Sedano and Cap are ready to take over the bike. The Bicycle Casino, Park West, man. 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. We got a $10,000 blackjack tournament, the first time we're ever doing this. We're going live from 3 to 6. Cards start going down at 7. I can't wait to see everybody out there. Right after Mason and Ireland, we come on to the air, and then 7 o'clock, we play blackjack. We'll see you at the Park West Bicycle Casino. Get ready to party on a Friday with Sedano and Cap.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the next phase in my therapeutic work.
Nicole Kidman returns for the Hulu original 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is safe?
We take you back to a core trauma. Breathe in, breathe out.
She's manipulating us.
Breathe in, breathe out. While you're resisting.
Is it too late to get a refund? The all-new season of 9 Perfect Strangers is now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. New episodes Wednesdays.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
FC match at BMO Stadium inside the 710 suite with Jacob Amrani. When you hear the cue to call, be calling number 7. Winner picks up 1 pair of sweet passes. Listen all week long, all day today for your chance to win. Thanks to calljacob.com.
Is this the Dolly Parton version?
Yeah, this is the Dolly Parton version.
Yes, it is, and it was released actually on this day, 1974.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go figure.
What do you know?
It's a very nice version. Obviously, she's not, wailing like Whitney did. Whitney's version is amazing, but this is like simple dress down.
Does anyone have a more iconic voice than Whitney?
Mariah Carey.
Adele, maybe?
No?
I put Whitney ahead of Mariah.
I put Adele ahead of Mariah.
Streisand.
Really? You put Adele ahead of Mariah?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I've seen both of them.
Okay.
Some people would argue Sinatra. Some people would argue Streisand. Whitney, though, is in the conversation for sure.
Did you hear, Funch found this, there is an artist who is doing old Sinatra songs.
The Lost Sinatra songs.
The Lost Sinatra songs. Yeah, so songs that Sinatra never got to record.
Try to guess who it is, John.
Yeah, try to guess who this is.
Well, okay. Do you have?
Yeah,
all right,
we
play
have it right now. Long intro. Hey, everybody. Jesus, long intro. Oh, come on. I don't have this time.
I used to visit all the very gay places, those come-what-may places, where one relaxes on the axis of the wheel of life.
Do I know who this is?
Yes, absolutely. It's pretty convincing, though. It's pretty Sinatra-y.
I would guess because I've heard him do
I got
some
it right
Sinatra
away.
before. I know Seth MacFarlane has done a lot of this stuff.
It is Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
So he's released a whole album of songs.
Lost Sinatra songs.
That Sinatra wasn't
Never
able
released.
to record.
Yes.
Yeah, I know he's a huge Sinatra guy.
Very cool. Yeah, he's got a great voice, too. It's always surprising when you hear him sing. You don't expect
Yeah,
that
that's
voice
the
to come
voice
out of
of
that guy.
Ted, the
Yeah,
toy
exactly.
bear.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so, John, this is good. Dennis Rodman, who, of course, NBA star, the Worm.
Hall of Famer.
Says he was happiest, he said on a podcast, when he was broke. that those days were easy, he says, because he didn't have as many commitments. Do you think he understands what broke means? I think he understands what broke, but do you think life is easier when you're broke?
No, it's not. I mean, I had more. The best job I ever had was when I bartended in college, and I had no money.
But you were kind of broke, yeah.
If that's what he means, I get it.
That's what he's going for.
But it doesn't. You can't sustain it.
Right.
You know, you can't. As you get older, you got to kind of go out and make a life and have money and to do things. I'm surprised he's saying it at this age.
Although all my actor friends who are working as waiters right now, they're just grinding away.
Yeah.
And they're broke. They're just getting by week to week while they try to look for their big break.
Yeah. Waiting for
But
chance.
there's
I read a story today. You guys seen the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Oh, yeah.
So they interviewed Jason Segel and Kristen Bell about how that movie changed their lives. And Kristen Bell said she was so nervous in the audition, she thought she didn't get it.
Really?
And because she said she wasn't great and there were other more famous people in the room. But what they loved about her was they said, this girl can roll with anything.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. We need somebody who can roll with anything.
Was it Dracula the musical?
Yep.
Is that what he did?
Yes, Dracula the musical.
That's why I like that movie so much. I'll yell at Lisa if,
Yeah.
if that movie comes on and I'm flipping channels. I'll just yell to the other side of the house, Dracula musical! And she'll know what's on.
Do you have watched Shrinking?
I've seen it.
Jason Segel.
I think it's great. Harrison
Ford.
Yeah.
Really, really.
I love Harrison Ford. I love Harrison Ford.
Harrison
He's
Ford
like a grumpy old man. I
He's
love
so
it.
funny. You watch the show?
I watched the show,
yeah,
yes.
he's such a crank.
The show that Kristen Bell's on right now, I haven't seen it.
Yes.
Is a show called Nobody Wants This.
Yeah.
Where she's agnostic but falls in love with a rabbi.
Yes.
Played by Adam Brody.
Yep.
And it's supposed to be good.
I watched a couple episodes. You know what it is? It's kind of like a romantic comedy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's spread over a minute. It was not for me. All right. Jeff Bezos' wife. We always talk about Lauren Sanchez, who we.
Is that who you're talking
used
about
to know
here
a
or
little
the
bit.
other
No,
one?
His wife, his original wife.
Okay.
Okay.
Mackenzie Gore is her name.
Gore.
Yeah.
She has now given half of her fortune away to charity. Now, this is
Bill Gates says he's going to do this.
This is hundreds of millions of dollars while she's still around. If something were to, where does your money? I guess all your money goes to your family, right? Of course,
Pretty much,
of course.
yeah.
Do you have any charity carved out in your?
Yeah, a little bit. But most of it's to stuff that relates to autism and Jack and everything that we're doing there.
Right.
But we support those causes more than anything else.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, I don't make enough money to give half of it away to charity.
Yeah, right.
That's for sure.
No, of course not. But I do have, if you were to read my, I don't know, what do they call that? A trust or
portfolio
a will or whatever
Yeah.
it is. A big chunk of my money does go to charity. Does go to, I actually just changed it to CHLA.
Children's Hospital.
Yeah, Children's
that's
Hospital.
a great cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, half of his wife and half of his wife's fortune. And, you know, you mentioned Bill Gates. Warren Buffett is in this club.
Going to give it all away?
Going to give it all away. I think he's giving each kid $1 million and saying, good luck.
Yeah, because he could give them a lot more.
Oh, yes, he could.
Yeah.
Yes, he could. I think if I was one of his kids, I'd be a little pissed off.
But although I grew up in Newport Beach, I grew up with a lot of rich kids.
Sure.
The ones whose parents just handed them millions all got screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they didn't have to work for it.
Too much too soon.
A couple of them are already gone, already passed away.
Yeah.
And so it's if you just give all your money to your kids, it's not without risk.
Oh, of course not. Yeah. Well, it's funny. There's, generally speaking, this happens when there are car dealers who decide that they've seen it so many times their kid screws up the dealership.
Yeah.
That they sell the dealership before they go and just give the kids money as opposed to letting them have the business and screw it up.
Yeah.
One of the famous cases of this was Ted Turner. Ted Turner's dad had a huge outdoor company, and he sold it and Ted Turner believed, he didn't believe in me. Sold it, gave Ted money, and Ted built it into a gigantic fortune,
empire,
much bigger than his dad ever could have created.
Even legendary rock bands are doing this too now, where they sell their estate, to someone before, they die or whatever, so the kids don't take care of it or whatever, ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. That's good. Yeah, a lot of money at a young age can screw you up. All right, coming up next for you, going to do some What's Up, Fool. By the way, Indiana beats Oklahoma City last night in thrilling fashion. In case you missed it, here's how it was described in Korea.
자, 언더독인 인디애나가 익숙한 상황을 맞이한다. 할리버튼 버텨내는데요.
It's kind of into a wow. It's like, wow. Yeah, that's a great call.
It's
that's
a combination of and wow.
Yeah. By the way, Dodgers in St. Louis coming off a win yesterday against the Mets. And like I've always said, I'm a big Michael Conforto believer. He had the game-winning hit in the 8th inning. Way to go, Michael Conforto.
You've been trying to cut Michael Conforto for a month.
Can I just point out?
Has he won you over yet?
No.
You would take him. He's in the lineup again today in St. Louis.
I have no question that he is going to continue to be in the lineup, but I also know that
he doesn't have to be.
He's only 3 for his last 34 with runners in scoring position. Yesterday was the latest that he got done.
It's what have you done for me lately, man?
He has 1 for his last 14. Just the one drove in a run last night. And the go-ahead.
You know what he has? Excellent timing.
Good timing. All right, coming up next for you, we will do some What's Up, Fool. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
So you want to play in the 710 Listener Game on All-Star Friday night, Friday, July 11th in West Covina? Of course, the Listener Game made possible by our friends, the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Here's what you got to do. You got to come to Island Boy on Wednesday in West Covina to sign up in person so you can play in the 710 Listener Game. Islands, West Covina, Mason and Ireland's at Island Cap broadcasting live. Be there Wednesday and sign up to play in the 710 Listener Game. Thanks to Joseph S. Normand. We'll see you out in West Covina on Wednesday, Jack.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808. Or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big...
Cappy at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com. Repairs and headaches, call Sellers Advantage today at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
And it is Mason and Ireland Yo Friday. Remember, this summer it's coming ... Did
he say horse or horse?
Your chance to be part of a private Mason and Ireland event where you can press the flesh, take pictures, get autographs, and maybe say, hey, Mace, I'm a P1.
By the way, I was mobbed.
Keep listening for details. We'll tell you soon. Mason and Ireland continues right now on 710 ESPN.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, so one of my favorite podcasts, On Base with Mookie Betts, came out with a new episode yesterday.
Cool.
Sitting down with Pete Alonso with Alonso in town.
Nice.
A couple things. They actually got to the sledgehammer stuff we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
It's
So
pretty cool.
for people who don't know, Pete Alonso and Brandon Nimmo are when they're in the on-deck circle. Most baseball players put donuts, which are round weights, on the end of the bat and swing it around. For some reason, Alonso and Nimmo on this road trip started using a sledgehammer instead, right, Brian?
Yes. Alonso said he's been using it since like spring training and actually taking hacks off of the tee. So actually hitting balls with the sledgehammer.
Oh, with the sledgehammer.
And
Interesting.
something about like keeping the hands in, but hey, it's working for him.
Yeah,
so he's
sure.
doing it. But Mookie actually asks a lot of fun questions on the podcast and all that stuff, and it got to his fractured toe.
Okay.
And he came up with you should always use a flashlight when walking in the dark because he stubbed his toe. And he says as soon as he stubbed his toe, he felt it. He said, ooh, that's going to be a good one. And he ends up fracturing it. So my question here is, walking in the dark, I know everybody has stubbed their toe. It is the worst pain instantly that you feel.
Fun.
So when I get up in the middle of the night, I always turn a light on.
Do you?
To avoid that.
I was like scuffle. I like scuffle
Yeah,
to the
I'm
kid.
the scuffle. If I turn the light on, then I'm awake.
Dark.
Yeah, I want to see where I'm going.
Shuffle my feet a little bit to make sure I'm not.
I don't want to wake up my wife, though.
Well, my wife wouldn't wake up if you put one time we were living in the Hollywood Hills, some guy broke a chainsaw out at like 3 in the morning to cut up branches.
She slept through it?
He got his truck wedged under a tree branch. So they called somebody. They brought a chainsaw, cut down the tree branch so he could get his car out. My whole street was out in the street, and Lisa slept through the whole thing.
So weird. Like when I'm oblivious when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Or
you're
even
like my wife.
I'm kind of oblivious when I'm awake. If somebody's hammering like 3 houses away, it doesn't faze me. But Juan will go, God, that hammering has got to stop. I'm like, it's 3 houses away, dude. But yeah, I'm oblivious, and I like it that way. Ignorance is bliss. I'm the happiest guy around.
All right, guys. To me, there seems to be 2 methods of pumping gas when you stop or whatever. There's one where you fill up and you pull out the hose when it clicks the first time, and you just go, right?
Yeah.
And then there's another one where you fill up, and when it stops, you try to round
Top
up
it
to a
off.
nice, even number. So
Right.
which one are you guys?
I used to be the second one. And then I realized as modern cars now, like cars that are built within the last 5 years, they pretty much tell you when it's at the top.
Right.
So if you try and top off now, you're going to make a mess at your car. As soon as it clicks, I pull it out and go.
See, I'm a topper. It needs to be an odd number. So even if it's just a little to get to an odd number, I get to an odd number. Odd numbers are good luck for
So
me.
even
Even
if you-
numbers are bad luck.
Even if you hit on an exact number, like $72 exactly, you'd run it up to
7201. Absolutely right.
Oh, my God.
I
Interesting.
need an odd number. Every place I've ever lived, every house I've ever lived in has been an odd number. I would not buy an even-numbered house.
I'm the guy that tries to round up and tries to get to an even number.
Even
Like,
number,
like a $70 or $60 or whatever.
Wait a
like,
minute.
I wanna
So if you're at 6901, you'll try and run it to 70?
I will try to do that, yes. And it kind of burnt me a couple times where gas would come back out.
Right.
Yes, yes. So,
I'm just a little get to an odd number. I'm good.
all right, Brian, what are you?
Yeah, I have that fear that Funches has had of the gas coming out.
Sure.
So I'll go, if I'm close to it, I'll try to hit 50 cents or the 0, but if I miss it, I'm done. If I go
So
over
you gotta
one,
either make
I
it to
lose.
50 cents or
and if I go over that 1 or 2, I'm not going to keep going.
Right, okay.
Is there
Got
still?
it.
I think there's still one gas station in Beverly Hills that's full service.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, where you pull in and they do it for you.
There's one state where
But
you
you
can
pay
only
more
do
for
it
that.
full
Oregon.
service. Oregon, yeah.
Oregon.
Every gas station, you've been to Oregon.
Yeah, last
guy-
year though I filled up my own
Did
in
you?
Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some law in some state that says you got to let somebody else
And also,
fill
one
your
of the kids
tank.
in the back just said New Jersey, too. This is
New
one
Jersey.
of the, yes.
Yeah, Jersey.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so a special shout out to myself. Tomorrow is my 31st birthday.
Way to go, you!
Yeah,
Happy
thank you very
birthday!
much.
Happy birthday!
You guys want to hear something weird? Tomorrow's your birthday.
It is, yes.
Okay. Today is Emily's birthday.
Right.
Tomorrow is Brian's birthday. Monday is DeMarco's birthday.
Wow!
Good.
Wow!
Wow.
Run!
Good little Gemini energy around here.
Yeah,
you know?
a lot of-
If you
whatever
believe
that
in
means,
Right,
yeah.
right. Here's my question, though. So, for my wife's birthday this year, I set up a surprise, did a little surprise trip for her.
Sure.
And so she's giving me a surprise tomorrow. So I don't know what's
You don't
going
know
on
what's
yet.
going on.
She just said,
But she said clear the day,
yeah,
basically.
be free all day. You're going to like what you're doing.
Is this a one-day trip?
I think I kind of just said I don't want to go overnight anymore.
Is it like a bag over the head thing where you can't see where you're going,
hope
like a rendition?
What do you have any idea what it is?
There was a couple. So there's a reggae concert in Long Beach
Nice.
tomorrow. I kind of hinted at.
I think you're going to go there.
I think
Comedy
that's-
shows I've hinted at. Kind
Comedy's
of a
good,
deal.
yeah.
Maybe you're doing both.
Right. But my question here is: are you guys fans of the surprise, or do you want to be in control of what you're doing on your birthday?
yeah, that's a good question.
I'm a control freak, but every time Lisa surprised me, it's been good. Like one day she goes, just clear the whole day. This is either my 30th or my 40th birthday. I think my 40th. And she drove me to a golf course. She'd set up golf with like 16 of my friends. And she goes, oh, by the way, we're having a party after at our house. And it was a really great day.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I've been more, Brian, I think you should keep an open mind and be accepting of whatever it is. That would be my advice to you.
I don't think I've ever been on one of these surprise trips or anything like that. Close your eyes, wear a blindfold. We're going to be all of a sudden someone. I don't think I've ever done that. I've gotten really nice gifts from one, but I don't think we've ever done a surprise trip.
Yeah, this is the first time for me too, so I'm excited.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
think a blindfold will make it even more exciting. Tell Allison.
Will do.
Tell Allison, blindfold and earmuffs.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Full immersion.
Yes.
What's up, Foo?
There's a new reality TV show that I think people are going to be really, really interested in. It comes out on Monday. It's a TLC show. It's called Virgins.
Oh my God! What is this?
I don't know any.
It follows the life of 4 people, ages 30 and 40, that are virgins, and they're
So it's like that Steve Carell movie.
Yes, exactly,
40-year-old
exactly
virgin.
that.
Are they doing it because they can't get anything, or are they doing it because they choose to not get anything?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think if you ask them, they choose not to, but maybe they just can't. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
Or just in the case of that movie,
Yeah.
it just never happened for him.
Right,
He had-
right,
he
sure,
had
that
come
can happen.
close.
But is this something you guys would watch?
Yeah. No.
Anything on TLC? No.
Is that the one where you got the Pimple Popper show?
Yeah, Pimple Popper,
Popper's a
90 Day
good one.
Fiance.
To
Yeah.
me,
Wait, didn't they do the one? Did they do MILF Manor?
They haven't
They
did
did.
season
They
3
did,
yet.
Brian?
Yeah, they
They
did
did.
do it.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. We're still waiting for a new season.
Oh, wow. I'm excited for that. Yeah, no, Pimple Popper. I just love the fact that it's called the Learning Channel. It's like, what the
Exactly,
hell
right?
are we
What are we-
learning here?
It used to be like a do your own stuff.
Apparently,
yeah,
you're not
stuff, yeah.
learning how to have sex.
It used to be like
if it's a show about virgins.
It used to be documentaries about serious
Yeah.
subjects, and all of a sudden now it's popping pimples.
Yes.
Go figure.
And also 90
yeah,
Day Fiance.
I'm out on virgins. Do you know any virgins? I mean, adults, obviously.
Like, I'm trying to think of the oldest one I think I know.
Oldest living virgin.
I can't think of anybody over 30. Can you?
I can't think of anybody under 30. I can't. I mean, I don't know.
Well, watch the show. There's people
We've
over
talked
30.
about, John and I both were acclimated early to the
Yeah.
activity.
But like, I've always wondered like what I'm going to do with Jack about this.
Sure, that's a good
because
question.
he just turned 23, but he's a special needs kid,
Yep.
so it's more like he's a teenager.
Now, will he be able to date and stuff?
I don't know. I mean, he hasn't.
Yeah, right.
But, maybe one day. But I wonder, I got to talk to some people that have older kids on the spectrum and see how they've handled it.
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Funch, do you have a lot of virgin friends?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think so.
Without saying any names, all right?
Uh-huh.
Nobody say names.
'Kay.
It's very important. Don't say names.
Okay.
You think we work with anybody that is? Odds are we probably do.
Yeah, odds are probably we do. But I can't think of anyone.
Just analytically, probably.
Analytically, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't name names, though.
Cappy?
Yeah, Cappy. Cappy's a good
Cappy's got
call.
3 kids.
Yeah,
It'd be a
Cappy's
hard,
got
hard
kids.
one for him
Would
to
be
swing.
tough.
Yeah.
Brian?
Nothing comes to mind, honestly. I don't think past college. I don't think any of my friends
Right,
or
I
know
don't know
anybody.
how, I don't know how you get through college without.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, another day is happening tomorrow. The second annual California Adopt a Pet Day.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the shelters around the state their goal is to get 5,000 pets, homed tomorrow.
Very nice.
Waiving all fees. So all processing fees, adoption fees, all that stuff is waived tomorrow.
Where do you go to get a pet if you want to do
If
that?
you go to California Adopt a Pet, just Google it. They actually have a list of all the participating
I hope people will do
shelters.
that.
Yeah. So this is my question here is I grew up with, at the time, I think I had 5 pets in the house. Now just one.
Mm-hmm.
But how many pets is too many? And then what's your golden number?
Mason and I, she's having a tough week, so we shout out to our friend Michelle Beadle. But we're Team Beads. We love Beadle. At one point, I think she was at about 8, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, she had 8 pets?
Yeah, she had 8.
Yeah,
Like
cats, dogs,
dogs.
anybody, and any pet that came along.
Wow. Yeah.
She was dating a guy that was into pets. She's super into pets, and I think when we had her on a couple weeks ago, I think she said she was down to 1 or 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
She's down.
God.
She's down to 1 or 2, and she wants to go to 0 because she wants to travel.
Yeah.
Now
she feels bad when she leaves them at home by themselves.
We live in a 3-dog house. We're always going to have 3 dogs, except we've got 2 right now since Sophie passed away, and we're going to add a 3rd one in the fall. Shelter pets is interesting. I have both my dogs now are shelter pets that we picked up from groups that work with that, and the 3rd one though, Juan wants to get a beagle.
Have you ever had one?
Yes, Sophie was a beagle.
Okay.
So he wants a little beagle to replace Sophie, but it would mean not going to a shelter, and I guess I feel guilty about that as opposed to going to a breeder.
Or you could just wait until the beagle shows up at a shelter, right?
Those things go fast, don't they?
They go. When they're purebred, they don't often get to the shelter.
What you could do is go to the shelters you've gone to previously, mention to them what you're looking for, and give them a couple of months, and if nothing opens up, then do it. And then you kind of check that box.
Well, Sophie came from a puppy mill. We found out later, and I always felt, but. Puppies that are in puppy mills still need a home, so I guess you're not doing. But shelter pets is what we recommend, and that's what you're doing.
Copper is, yeah.
Copper is, yeah.
And, to that point too, the sheltered pets, they don't, or the mill pets, they don't have that choice. It's not their.
Right. No, it's not the.
Right. It's all luck of the draw.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, we got one more. You guys done?
Sounds like they're done.
We're done.
Okay.
Sounds like they're done.
Coming up next, is it possible that you could be in the NBA Finals, but not realize you're in the NBA Finals? Shaquille O'Neal is accusing the Thunder of that after watching the game last night. We'll play what Shaq has to say coming up.
All right. In the meantime, if you are in an Uber or a Lyft and you're sitting in the back seat and you're going to your destination and all of a sudden, bam, you're hit by another car, it's not just any car accident. An accident with an Uber or a Lyft is totally different from a normal wreck. Your driver's covered by Uber or Lyft, so not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance, you got to talk to the rideshare company insurance too. It is complicated. You got to have an expert, and my friend Jacob is the expert when it comes to handling Uber and Lyft cases. Years ago, Jacob, like one of the first guys in the country to take on these cases before other attorneys, he understands all the nuances involved in this kind of accident. So if you're injured in any kind of rideshare accident, immediately call Jacob. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Don't forget Jacob, a proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. And make sure you're following him on Instagram and Facebook. The handle is @call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, everybody, it is Friday. Sedano and Cap are ready to take over the bike. The Bicycle Casino, Park West, man. 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. We got a $10,000 blackjack tournament, the first time we're ever doing this. We're going live from 3 to 6. Cards start going down at 7. I can't wait to see everybody out there. Right after Mason and Ireland, we come on to the air, and then 7 o'clock, we play blackjack. We'll see you at the Park West Bicycle Casino. Get ready to party on a Friday with Sedano and Cap.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles.
Sports. And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Friday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Friday, June 6th edition of the Hall of Famers. And don't look now. By the way, we'll talk about the NBA Finals Game 1 last night. What a win. Meanwhile, how about a new Mason and Ireland caller jingle?
Angelo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Angelo, go for it.
Mason and Ireland on the radio, live on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the radio, live on 710 ESPN.
That's pretty good, man.
Trust me, that Angelo will make its way into a bump.
Well, we are going to work that in, Johnny I. We just did, actually. Let's have some fun and frivolity on an F It Friday, a Feel Good Friday. Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon.
ESPN.
Right now.
Oh. There it is. This is on right between Dua Lipa and Sabrina Carpenter on Kiss FM, the Total Wine theme
It's a Total Wine song. It's not on anywhere.
What is this? Does that not sound like a hit?
It does sound like a hit.
It sounds
like a pop hit.
It sounds like a pop hit. Thank you.
Guys are idiots.
So everybody on Twitter is always like digging up stuff and sending it to me, and I'd forgotten about this moment, but I thought he would play it. This happened, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. Guess his new one that he spent all his own money on. Megalopolis. I'm interested to see, but it's apparently just batshit nuts.
I'm interested to see.
Oh, sorry.
I got you.
Okay, you know.
Yeah, that one
Boy,
slipped.
I was here and I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that one slipped. The old, I use that term a lot. It's a good one.
That's crazy.
All right, so Shaq.
Yeah, so Shaq's working the NBA Finals for NBA TV. And he was talking last night, and I had forgotten about this. Shaq went to 6 finals. He went to 1 with Orlando, got swept by Akeem Olajuwon and the Rockets. Then he went to 4 with the Lakers. Won 3, lost 1. Then he went to another one with the Heat and won that. But then he never went back.
Yep.
And he says that, and I think like Kobe in the beginning of his career went to the finals like 4 times in his first 5 years and then had like a 10-year lull before he made it back. Maybe like an 8-year lull. There is no guarantee you're ever going back,
Nope.
which is why Shaq says what the Thunder did last night, and when they came out afterwards and said, no big deal, it's just one game. It's just another game. We can rebound. Shaq says that's not true. It's not another game. Here he is after the game.
I was sitting there, and they had double-digit leads. The fans were going crazy. The crowd was going crazy. When that happens in that moment at home, you have to put them away. This is not another game. This is the NBA Finals. This is a championship run. Got to be more efficient. You got to have that killer. And when you get a team down, you got to put a foot on their throat.
Is he right? Like,
oh yeah, today we were talking about.
It only counts as one game.
Yeah, we were talking about to DeMarco, and he said, "Well, is it a dynasty if they don't win this year?" It's like, no, you don't get this close very often. You don't get to the NBA Finals a whole bunch of times. So when you get there, you better play with a sense of urgency.
This is one thing I've always liked. You've always had the right attitude about this. If your team ever makes it to the Super Bowl or to the World Series, you should do everything you can within your power to go.
Yeah.
Because you never know while you're alive if they're ever going to make it
see
again.
it again. Yeah.
I mean, you're a Rams season ticket holder. You've been to 2 Super Bowls. You're probably going to more, but there's no guarantee.
No, none. I mean, it could be. I mean, I think they're going back at some point, and maybe this year, but you just never know. And when you get there, the famous case of this is Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl as a rookie and never got back in his entire career.
Right.
So you think, as a rookie, you think, I'll be back here. I got a whole career in front. Never happened. All right, so that is Shaquille O'Neal. We've got more evidence that Haliburton is a demon.
Okay.
Okay, so the very first clip we've got, we have a second one, but here's the first one. If you missed it, this is proof that Tyrese Haliburton is a demon.
Here's the thing is, like, we've had to win in so many different ways all year.
Mm-hmm.
We've had so many weird wins during the regular season, during the playoffs. So why would that change because we're here in the finals? It's not changing. So, we just keep staying at it and just keep believing. And
somebody hit the 1.5 button.
Totally different.
Somebody in the truck hit the 1.5 button. Don't you guys think?
So I don't know.
It's too weird.
Parker Bell, our social media guy, actually found this clip.
Gave up. I don't remember how many points. I think it was like 9. Yeah, that's not that bad. If you think of it that way, try to look at it glass half full.
He does slide into that high-pitched.
But he not only high-pitched, but he high-pitched and step on the gas.
Right.
It's like if I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Exactly.
But higher, even higher than that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Do you think he's possessed by a spirit who can make shots at the buzzer?
Well, obviously. No one's made shots like this before.
Right? I mean, he's the guy he's possessed. And he's playing like he's
Angels
possessed.
in the outfield in real life here.
Exactly. By the way, one time I interviewed Joey Gordon-Levitt, who's one of the stars in that movie. He hates that movie. And I'm like, that's one of your best movies. Come on, flap your wings. That was great.
He's a good actor.
He's a very good actor.
But we'd asked him a couple of times to come in the show, and it's like, no, I'm not coming on to talk about that. I hate that movie.
He hates that movie. All right, John, beauty pageants in England. They've adopted a brand new competition. So
for like Miss London,
Miss England, Miss UK. I don't know.
Yeah,
one of those. They're replacing the swimsuit competition.
It's a shame,
and they are replacing it with life-saving skills like chest compressions and mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Now, do you think that sells in the world of beauty pageants?
I would need to see it. But so would they actually be like applying CPR on a stage?
No, on a stage with a dummy on the floor.
Not a real person.
Not a dumb person, but an actual dummy. And I guess that's at least a usable skill.
Why can't they do that in a swimsuit?
You got to do it in a swimsuit. Like you're at the beach and you save somebody.
Yeah, you could save the swimsuit competition and add CPR.
So how do you know that they're doing it right?
That's true.
Yeah, because it's on a dummy.
Yeah, it is a dummy. You're right.
Like they should get a live person.
So 2 years.
Or hey, how about this? Like Miss London could give mouth-to-mouth to Miss Manchester.
Oh, my God.
That would get the ratings to go through the roof.
That is your fantasy.
I like your thinking.
Why not?
Yeah.
Come on.
We went to a beauty pageant. My mom really wanted to go
Really?
see Miss
You've been to
USA.
one?
Yeah, she really wanted to see Miss USA 2 years ago. It's like she loves beauty. So we went to see Miss USA.
Where was it?
It was right here. It was at the what are they calling now?
Peacock.
Peacock, yeah, Peacock Theater. And we went, and they have a swimsuit competition. It wasn't really a big deal. My mom still scored them. She said, "On that looks like a 10." She's a 7. I mean, there is obviously some judging going on, but at least with Miss USA and Miss Universe and those, there still is a swimsuit competition, which I guess is somewhat.
Yeah, it's not very 2025.
Not very
but,
PC,
yeah.
but. All right, so John, how much scrolling do you do? Like when you're on the Instagram and you're just scrolling along?
More than I would like to admit.
On the TikTok?
I don't have TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
I don't have Instagram, so the only scrolling I do is on Twitter.
Yeah, I just surpassed 1,000 followers on TikTok at Venice Mace, MASE. Now, dead scrolling. Brian, are you a scroller?
Yeah, certain times at night,
Which
watching
app?
TV. Instagram for sure. I don't have
Instagram.
TikTok.
You don't
so
have TikTok. Yeah. Okay. So you're looking at reels and
reels, pictures.
Pictures, yeah. Okay. And Funch, what about you? Are you a scroller?
Yeah, but I try to put my phone in a different room so I don't have to scroll.
See, I'm not a big scroller, but there is a study out that says that if you scroll a lot, your attention span gets shorter, which makes
Sounds
sense
about
to me.
right.
I've got 10 seconds for this post and 12 seconds for this post and 11 seconds, and you just keep on scrolling through, skip some, sign up for some. Your attention span does get really short, and it is a fact that the world's attention span has never been shorter than it is right now, ever. Like, we have interest for, bam, you better grab people, bam, at the beginning, or they're scrolling on to the next post. But mindless scrolling, according to psychologists, leads to a shortened attention span. Coming up next for you, do you want your kid to have a regular name, a boring name, or do you want them to have a really exciting name? That's coming up next. Plus, Tom Brady on what he thinks the great lesson of Tiger Woods and Steph Curry is. That's coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, everybody, it is Friday. Sedano and Cap are ready to take over the bike. The Bicycle Casino, Park West, man. 888 Bicycle in Bell Gardens. We got a $10,000 blackjack tournament. The first time we're ever doing this. We're going live from 3 to 6. Cards start going down at 7. I can't wait to see everybody out there. Right after Mason and Ireland, we come on to the air, and then 7 o'clock, we play blackjack. We'll see you at the Park West Bicycle Casino. Get ready to party on a Friday with Sedano and Cap.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
NextGen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. And for a limited time, NextGen is offering $500 off any whole home water purification system. You may not know it, but our water here in SoCal contains pesticides, lead, forever chemicals, chlorine, and more. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. CSLB number 1011173. NextGen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXGEN. question.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the player rewards desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at espnla.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED. But Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon. Remember, when you see Steve Mason out on these streets, don't mob him.
By the way, I was mobbed by listeners when I walked over to LA Live today, when I was walking in LA Live. So many
For
people
what
listening
reason?
to the show. Just fans of the show.
Oh, okay.
So I was mobbed. Both of these guys listened.
The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, continues on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Guess his new one that he spent all his own
Megalopolis.
money on. Megalopolis. I'm interested to see, but it's apparently just batshit
I'm
nuts.
interested to
Whoa,
see.
whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
sorry.
I got you.
All right, so
Okay.
join
You
Shinato and Cap. Tonight, that's right. Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens for the first ever Cappy Blackjack Tournament. Broadcast starts at 3 with Cappy and Beto and Morales and producer Lindsay. Tournament starts at 7 o'clock sharp. Get ready for a party at the Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens. All right, so Ireland, a woman, we have boring names. Like your
Yes,
name
we
is
do.
John.
John and Steve.
I'm Steve.
Very traditional.
He's Brian. He's Michael. Now, there are cool names out there. Like, for example, there is a woman who named her daughter E-L-A-E. E-L-A-E. It's pronounced L-A.
Okay.
Because she didn't want her daughter to have a boring name. But nobody can pronounce it. So the question is, would you rather have a traditional name that isn't boring or a fancy name that maybe confuses people or takes them a minute to figure out?
Well, as someone who has the most boring name in the English language, give me the fancy name.
Fancy name, yeah.
Why not?
What would your fancy name choice
I don't
be?
know. But I've always been jealous of people that have like really creative.
Yeah, me
good names.
too.
I went to college with a woman named Caradon, Caradawin. I thought that was such a beautiful name.
Caradon.
Yeah.
Does it mean something?
No.
Oh, it is a great name.
And she was the only person I've known before or since that has had that name.
Yeah. Brian, if you had an option, would you go to an exciting name, or do you want to stick with Brian?
I think I would go with the exciting name because one of my biggest pet peeves is being mistaken as Ryan.
Oh.
And that one just grinds my gears. I don't know. So
That
I need to
grinds
get
your
away
gears,
from the
huh?
Brian.
Yeah? Yeah, okay.
Well, like Kobe had a great name. Nobody else was named Kobe.
Fantastic. Do you have a name in mind?
I do not. I've never really thought of
I
this.
would take your dog's name, Copper.
Copper?
Copper
That's a good
is
one.
good
That was a
name.
good one. That was a good one.
Funch, what about you? What do you want a fancy name or just like Michael?
I like Michael. I like
You
being
do?
boring Michael. Yeah, I don't need a fancy name.
I want a
Yeah.
fancy name. I want to be called Colt.
What's weird is
What do you think? Colt
I like
Mason.
it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's better than Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve sucks.
Hey, Funch, does you prefer Michael? Does anyone call you Mike?
My mother sometimes, and my brother
But
and sister.
none of your friends.
No.
Everybody ever calls
No,
you Funch or Michael?
No.
Right?
Nobody in your family calls you Funch.
No.
Or no, I didn't
No,
think so.
no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Funch is a
Actually,
great
my
name.
cousins do. My cousins do.
Yeah.
What's weird is, so we work here at the station with two guys named Michael who only like to be called Michael, in Michael Thompson
That's right.
and Michael Funches. And Mike Trudell, his wife, Annie, only calls him Michael.
And yet he goes by Mike.
Right.
Yeah, so we got a lot of Michaels roaming around the joint. So Ireland, as we go through our stuff. Tom Brady, this is a really interesting point he made. He said one of the things that leads to greatness in sports is doing mundane tasks.
Okay.
So, for example, Steph Curry, shoot. Tiger Woods, drive. Tom Brady, throwing the football over and over and over again. That monotony and managing monotony is what makes players great in all sports.
Well, this is the old Malcolm Gladwell thing.
10,000 hours, yeah.
You need to perfect something for hours and hours and hours and hours before it becomes habitual.
Yep.
So I think that's what Brady's talking about, that, the fact that he was super effective on 3rd and 8 was hours and hours and hours of practice on whatever it is he did on 3rd and 8.
Right.
You're not going to be good in anything unless you practice.
Yeah, and I think, too, I would recommend everybody, and I've done this before, but recommend everybody to watch the Music Box documentary on Max about Kenny G. He manages monotony. He practiced like 5 hours a day, plays golf like 5 hours a day.
I was going to say, what's interesting about Kenny G is he's in his 60s.
Yep.
He's older than I am. Elite golfer.
Yeah.
Like a 1 handicap, because guys like that just dial in.
Oh, yeah. And they show it in the documentary, him spending so much time on golf and so much time practicing every day. You would think Kenny G doesn't have to practice.
Yeah.
What
about
does he
the guy
play?
that
The
plays
clarinet?
clarinet?
Is it the clarinet that
Or
he plays?
saxophone?
Or what does Kenny G play?
Is
it a saxophone?
I've always thought it was a sax.
Let's
is
listen.
it a clarinet?
Here it is.
Oh, it's a soprano saxophone.
Soprano
It's a
saxophone.
sax.
There it is. This song I got so sick of. This was such a big song.
Remember you can buy like 10 CDs for $1 from like Columbia House or whatever?
Yeah, everybody did it too.
Yeah, my mom bought like all the Kenny G albums from that.
Right, and they would do the thing. Was that the one where they would send you a new one every month?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you'd say,
and you had to send it back if you didn't want it.
If you didn't want it.
And they were brilliant because no one ever had the wherewithal to send
it
it
was
back.
such a pain in the ass
So you're
to send
stuck
it
with
back.
a bunch of music that you don't want.
Right, exactly. What was that called? The
Columbia House.
Columbia
House, and you were in their club, whatever their
Yes,
club was.
exactly.
And in the beginning, you could pick any 6 out. You could do albums, cassettes, I think, or 8 tracks back when they were doing it.
8-track tapes.
And whatever you wanted.
Did you ever own an 8-track tape?
My parents did early in the run, but I never did. I owned my first cars had cassette players. Then I went to the 6 CD changer.
Yeah, sure.
And then now it's all just
So I went
digital.
from LPs. I remember the first LP I ever bought was the Eagles' The Long Run.
Okay.
Then the first 8-track I ever bought was Styx Grand Illusion. That was my
Great
8.
one.
It was a great 8-track. And then, of course, lots and lots of singles. All right, so Chicago White Sox suck. Everybody knows that. They're terrible. There's a guy who in Chicago who passed away recently. I'm looking for his name here. His name is...
White Sox, by the way, while you're looking for that, are about to be sold from Jerry Reinsdorf to Matt Ishbia's brother.
Damn, they got money in that family.
He's a hedge fund guy, and he's going to take over the White Sox in the next 10 years.
So this guy is named John McDonald. He's from Glen Ellen, Illinois. He passed away at the age of 77. In his obituary, it says, he enjoyed playing golf and watching TV, but he couldn't face another White Sox season after last year's record-breaking meltdown. That is in his obit. I love that he's taking a shot on the way out the door.
Well, it'd be tough to be a White Sox fan.
Very tough.
They suck.
Although
the Rockies this year might be worse than the White Sox were last year.
I'm glad you brought that up. Should there not be some, and by the way, Oakland is in this category, shouldn't there be some penalty against teams that are deliberately losing?
I'm glad you went here. Here's my solution. Okay. You set a minimum baseline for how much you have to win.
Right.
So let's say in the NFL, you have to win at least 2 games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say 3 games. If you win less than 3, 1 or 2 or 0, you're out.
Yeah.
Sell your team. You have to put the team up for sale because there was never an incentive. I used to work for the Clippers. There was never an incentive for Donald Sterling to spend more money or to win. He was making money every year.
Although,
So he was ridiculously cheap in every way and never cared about winning. So if you're going to do that with and let's face it, sports teams are public trust.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to make it a little harder, like let's say more than 1 year.
Right.
With that level of winning, like in baseball, we could say if you have to win at least 60 games.
Right.
If you don't win 60 games 2 years in a row, you got to sell your team. That's not unreasonable.
No, that's I think
it's right. It's basically relegation on steroids.
So, I got an idea. So how about this? Every team got $70 million this year in revenue sharing.
Baseball.
Okay. You have to spend $70 million. You must spend the money that you are getting from revenue sharing.
So are the A's and the Rockies didn't do that?
Way under.
Okay.
There are teams that are Pittsburgh's way under this number. But you should have to spend at least the amount that they pay you for what everybody else is doing. All those rights are shared. So
I don't understand why somebody wouldn't support that idea.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just natural. If the league is handing you $70 million, spend $70 million. So that's my take on that. Are we behind a segment or are we on time? I forget where we are.
No, I think we're on time.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
Then if we're on time, then it's definitely time to play this.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you're hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. You can use it for free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. My friend Ian Siegel, who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. They don't leave anything to chance. They use an algorithm with powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So what are you waiting for? Go to that website. Use ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
All right, everybody, it is Friday. Sedano and Cap are ready to take over the bike. The Bicycle Casino, Park West, man. 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. We got a $10,000 blackjack tournament. The first time we're ever doing this. We're going live from 3 to 6. Cards start going down at 7. I can't wait to see everybody out there. Right after Mason and Ireland, we come on to the air, and then 7 o'clock, we play blackjack. We'll see you at the Park West Bicycle Casino. Get ready to party on a Friday with Sedano and Cap.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp recently surveyed over 16,000 people and found that while 75% of people believe it's wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are in therapy, and people stay silent to avoid being judged. At BetterHelp, they have over 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. We're all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. LA, it's time to get real. Jacob and Ronnie. He's the real deal. Call Jacob. He's recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars where other attorneys might settle immediately for pennies. Jacob is not afraid to fight for you. Get a partner who's committed to turning your setback into a comeback. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com. Jacob's the real deal.
Call Jacob.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves? Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STAPLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321-321. That's STAPLE to 321-321.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon. Feel good on a Feel Good Friday and F-It Friday to tell people, you know what, sucker? I'm a P1 of the biggest show on the radio, the longest-running duo in talk radio in Los Angeles. Mason and Ireland continues your Friday afternoon on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
How clutch is Tyrese Haliburton? Here is Brian Windhorst.
Terrible night overnight here in Oklahoma City, Greeny. Terrible storms and a lot of upset people because Tyrese Haliburton is unequivocally having the greatest run of clutch shooting we have seen in the history of the sport. So you know about the 4 shots with inside 1.3 seconds just in the playoffs. But Greeny, I'm going to tell you that this season, Tyrese Haliburton is 12 of 14. 12 of 14 inside 2 minutes in the game to go ahead or tie the game. We've never seen anything like that. The faith that the Pacers have in this player in these moments is amazing, and you can understand why. And the shell shock that they gave the Thunder in this game is just unequivocal.
So, I heard this question bannered about today. Is Tyrese Haliburton a superstar?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know how you say anything otherwise. He's affecting games by himself. So that 12 of 14 in the last 2 minutes that Wendy talked about, the rest of the NBA is 3 for 16. 3 for 16.
Yeah, that's crazy.
One guy, 12 for. He's a modern day Robert Horry, but he plays more than Horry did, and he's always got the ball. I don't know how this guy's not first team, or maybe not first team, but not some type of all NBA player next year.
Tyrese Haliburton, we established a little bit earlier, is a demon.
Here's the thing, is like we've had to win in so many different ways all year. Mm-hmm. We've had so many weird wins during the regular season, during the playoffs. So why would that change because we're here in the finals? It's not changing. So, we just keep staying at it and just keep believing. And, that's the result we get.
So he's got that weird voice change in the middle, which definitely indicates that there's a demon. But Brian says that it happened to us today. Brian hit it. But whispers are swirling that they may have hit a snag. Apparently, the team is worried. Her team is worried that they're overselling the relationship. She is losing followers on Instagram and Twitter.
She's not allowed to have a boyfriend now?
So there it is.
I actually think this is exactly what happened.
You think it was
I think somebody
up?
hit the 1.5 button on your phone.
Yeah.
That speeds up. Oh, hey, by the way, Brian, we just found out. I'm not making this up.
We know.
We now know where you're going tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh,
and
nice.
all we're going to tell you, Allison tipped us.
Okay.
We will, it's not either one of the things you thought.
Ooh, okay.
All right. So
even more stumped now.
Yeah.
Even more. Could be anything,
but
man.
it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I'd like to hear that.
You're going to like it.
No, you're going to like it, but it's not either one of the things you thought. Okay?
Now I got no idea.
We can't wait to hear the stories, the tales from Saturday and Brian's birthday. I want to mention, too, Dodgers came back to beat the Mets yesterday afternoon, 6-5. Michael Conforto, obviously, the game-winning go-ahead hit.
Come on, man.
Tanner Scott,
you're
obviously,
hating
the
of
save.
Conforto. I mean,
the two guys,
of Scott.
Yeah, we've been all over these guys, and they came through big last night. I would point out that Conforto is still 1 for his last 14. And 3 for 34, 3 for 35 with runners in scoring position.
Mace, it's when you get them.
And by the way, if you're a Dodgers fan, hold your breath. Justin Robleski pitching tonight for the Dodgers versus Sonny Gray for St. Louis. It should be like 4:30, something in that range.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing for sure. Sitting down, getting rocked, and watching the Dodgers. Brian, you got different plans than that, or is it the same plan?
Little dinner plans and then doing that.
Friday night is Islands night when Lisa's out of town, so it's an Islands night for me. I'm going to be camped out in front of the Dodgers.
So this is happy hour night for us. We go to get drinks at...
well, just go to someplace that has a
What
TV.
time does happy hour end?
Happy hour ends, I think, at 7, so it's like 5 to 7. But we go to a place called the Accomplice Bar. Excellent bar, really cool crap. Drinks that you've never seen before. And by the way, I was talking about flashy bartenders, the kind of bartenders who put the 2 glasses together, throw it up in the air, and spin it. Then they do this one where they're pouring.
So it's like a modern, it's scene out of Cocktail.
That's what I want. I'm looking for a show. All right, Aaron Judge says he doesn't leave his hotel room anymore.
All right, this to me sounds fishy. All right. Judge says he is so recognizable that when he leaves his hotel room, he just gets mobbed. I've been traveling with the Lakers for 25 years. Kobe used to leave the hotel room. Shaq, LeBron, Anthony Davis. Don't you think he's being a little overly sensitive? I like Aaron Judge.
Although I think people react to things different ways. By the way, I think Aaron Judge is probably hit up for autographs by, they've got
and by the way,
every poster and book.
So Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, and AD weren't?
No, it's the same thing. By the way, it's the same with hockey players over here at LA Live.
Right.
People wait outside the Ritz for hockey players. Some people deal well with it. Some people do not. Fame. How would you deal with like major fame like Aaron Judge has?
I wouldn't go out.
There you go. So you and Aaron Judge are the same.
Yeah, but
you're knocking him, but he's doing that.
No, what I would do is do what I do now: live behind the guarded gates.
Yes, it's
then
a
you
good
can
spot.
do whatever you want.
It's a good spot.
But
Brian,
it doesn't help Judge that he's like 6'7".
Yeah, right.
I think
He stands
he's
out.
pretty easy to recognize.
Brian, how would you deal with massive fame?
Well, somebody doesn't already get this. I think I would embrace it. I want to see what it's like.
Just sink your teeth in it. Let's see what I got. Fame.
How much free stuff can I get walking down the street?
Yeah. How many swag bags can I get?
You'd go full Scott Kaplan?
Oh, yeah.
Funch, what about you? Massive fame for Funch. What do you do?
I'm walking around with like 4 300-pound bodyguards.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You're that.
You can't touch me.
Yeah, by the way, that's what I would recommend Aaron Judge does. Like, when Kobe and Shaq and those guys used to go out, they just used to take one of our security guys with them.
If he doesn't already, right? He probably has access to a security guy. He just doesn't deal with the...
We travel with 4 of them.
Well, I mentioned I got mobbed yesterday here at LA Live.
By?
2 guys who were fans of the show. Doesn't that constitute a mob?
2 guys?
Yeah.
I think it's a little shorter than
2 guys that listen to a
people?
show?
A posse?
A pack?
A duo.
A duo. It's a duo of fans. Exactly. Let me see. Last thing I wanted to get here.
We're already. Funch, it's your game, right?
That's right.
Okay, last thing. The guy who the stadium fell on at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah,
you know, that slab of...
Yeah, we did this story the other day. I thought, has that ever happened
Funch
before?
had an interesting question. How much money does that guy get? Slab of the stadium.
He didn't get hurt.
He didn't get hurt, but it fell on him.
Yeah, he didn't get hurt. It was a Yankee fan, so he gets nothing.
Oh,
Maybe he takes tickets. I don't know. Maybe he takes tickets like every year the Yankees and the Dodgers play, right?
I think there is legal activity and a settlement here. Don't you think?
If he didn't get hurt and refused medical attention?
Yeah.
What?
Can I tell you that when I owned movie theaters and we had
slip and fall?
Slip and falls. I had one particular slip and fall that I love telling this story. So, lady runs out of the theater and says, "I just fell and I hurt myself, and you guys are terrible." So we went in and we looked at where she was and everything, and there was a bunch of oil on the floor. So I thought, oh, we're in the wrong. Then I saw a bottle of Wesson oil in her purse.
Oh.
She had poured the oil there herself, then claimed that she slipped and fell.
Did you call her on it?
Yes,
What'd
absolutely.
You say?
I said, let's take a photo of you right now, and the Wesson oil bottle was right there. I took a picture of it.
Smart.
Yeah.
And
but
did you ask her about it?
Yes, I did.
So, like what?
She claimed...
Pretend I'm her.
She claimed...
I just fell on your movie floor, Mr. Movie Theater owner guy. I need to be made whole.
And I see the bottle of Wesson oil?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, first I took a picture of it because I didn't want it to move, and I wanted to make sure I saw it. Then I said, ma'am, you realize you have a bottle of oil in your purse. Is it possible? That's why you slipped.
No. I use this for cooking.
And she said no. And by the way, we paid her a settlement.
How much?
It's small, like $25,000. Insurance always.
That's not small.
Insurance always pays people off. If there's even a little bit, insurance pays people off. That was a crap settlement.
I wish you would have. Right. I wish you would have made her. You should
take it to the Supreme Court.
You know, Charles Barkley never settles. He once threw a guy in a bar through a window, and the guy said, "You threw me through a window. You owe me money." And Barkley goes, "Sue me."
Settlements
and
are
he showed up in court.
Settlements are really expensive. You know what?
Jury found for Barkley.
Oh, settlements are really expensive. You know what's more expensive? Legal activity.
Lawyers.
Yeah, they sue, you sue. I mean, all that.
Yeah.
So the insurance company just pays them.
All right, Fudge, do you want to give a hint as to what your game is about, or you want to surprise us?
I'll surprise you guys when you come back.
Okay, cool.
You need to find one other person to play. Get Parker or somebody back there.
By the way, I want to mention ESPN LA's Legends launch, presented by Legends. Attic is all part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday night coming up on July the 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Step up to the plate, take your shot, and a high-energy challenge to hit as many balls as you can in 90 seconds. Bring your own bat, your own helmet, bring your big swing, because spots are limited. Head to ESPNLA.com right now to reserve your spot. Step up, swing big, be legendary. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, everybody. It is Friday. Sedano and Cap are ready. Hey, Cappy, at the $10,000 blackjack tournament, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. Real quick, I want to dunk this in because I think it's really funny. We were talking about boring names versus
like
interesting
John
names.
and Steve.
So apparently, one of our interns, who is Sienna, says she has a friend named ABCDE.
Well, it's certainly different.
I don't even know how to... Abdi? I don't know how... But her name is ABCDE.
Okay.
Catchy.
I don't know if I want to go that different.
Time for Game of Games, and it is Funch's game today. Funch, what do we got going?
All right, guys. We are going to play a game called Coachella or Nochella.
Coachella or Nochella.
Okay. These are, I'm going to give you artists, bands, whatever, singers or whatever, and you're going to tell me if they performed at Coachella or Nochella. They didn't perform.
Okay, got
Gotcha.
it.
So, like, for example, Lady Gaga.
Coachella.
Okay.
Do I get a point for that?
You got a point. You don't get a point, but she did perform at Coachella. So,
She headlined, yeah.
Okay. So, all right, we'll start with Nightmares on Wax. I should say some of these bands are made up. Some of them are real.
Okay, got it.
Okay, cool. Nightmares on Wax. Steve.
I will say that is Nochella.
DeAndre?
Nochella.
John?
With the crowd, Nochella.
Coachella.
Brian is right. Nightmare on Wax is a DJ collective that performed at Coachella in 1999.
Okay.
All right. So it could be in any year.
Yeah, it could be any year.
Got
Could be any year.
Okay.
Pearl Jam. Has Pearl Jam ever performed at Coachella, DeAndre?
I'm going Nochella.
John?
Coachella.
Brian?
Nochella.
Steve?
I'm guessing it's Nochella.
Pearl Jam is Nochella. They've
that's what I
never
thought.
performed at Coachella ever.
All right, so Brian's got 2. Everybody's on the board except for me.
Okay. All right, let's go with U2. U2, John. Have they performed at Coachella?
Nochella.
Brian? U2.
Coachella.
Mace?
No way, Chella.
DeAndre.
I'm going Nochella.
U2, Nochella.
Yeah.
Never performed at Coachella ever.
All right, so that means Mace, DeAndre, and Brian all have 2, and I have 1.
Okay.
All right, guys. German Suplex. Has German Suplex performed at Coachella, Brian?
Yes, Coachella.
Mace.
Coachella.
DeAndre.
I'm going Coachella, yeah.
It's unanimous. I think they did. Coachella.
German Suplex, I made up totally.
Oh, wow. We all
We're all idiots.
It sounds like a legit band
That's what I'm
name.
saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, next band. What So Not? What So Not? Mace.
Coachella.
DeAndre.
I'm going Coachella.
Ireland.
Too weird for you to have made up. Coachella.
Brian.
Yeah, Coachella.
Coachella is What So Not. They performed in 2015 at Coachella.
Okay, so everybody's got 3 except me. I got 2.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll just give you guys a regular one. Selena Gomez. Has Selena Gomez performed at Coachella? Mace.
Doesn't feel right, but I'm going to say Coachella.
DeAndre.
Nochella.
John.
Coachella.
Brian.
Nochella.
Selena Gomez, Coachella. Performed in 2019.
Mason has taken the lead. He has 4. Everyone else has 3.
Lots of people are now playing Coachella. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not an edgy rock all the time.
No, okay. Corn Boil. Have they performed at Coachella? DeAndre.
I'm going Coachella.
Ireland.
Nochella.
Brian.
Nochella.
Mace.
I think you were cooking last night. Nochella.
Corn Boil. I made it up.
Yes.
All right, so everybody but DeAndre got that one.
Was that where it came from? Were you making corn last night?
I
All
wasn't.
right.
I just made it
All
up.
right, Mason 5, Brian 4, John 4, DeAndre 3. How many you got left?
I have 6.
6 left. Okay,
so
so
plenty of
time.
Okay, cool. Drip campaign. DeAndre. Drip campaign.
Nochella.
Ireland.
Coachella.
Brian.
Coachella.
Mace.
Coachella.
Drip campaign. I totally made up.
Oh!
DeAndre.
DeAndre takes the point.
All right, so now it's super tight. Mason has 5. Everyone else has 4.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yellow Claw.
How do you spell the yellow, like claw?
Yeah,
C-L-A-W?
yellow claw. Yes,
Okay.
like they color
Would that
yellow
really
and
make
claw.
a difference?
Yellow claw.
Wait a minute. So the spelling makes a difference?
It does.
Okay, got it.
Yellow claw, Ireland.
Too weird for you to have made up. Coachella.
Brian.
Nocella.
Mace.
I'm going Coachella.
DeAndre.
Nocella.
Yellow Claw, Coachella.
Yes.
Played in 2015.
So May 6, Ireland 5, DeAndre and Brian 4.
Did the spelling help, by the way? Okay, good.
Because I knew if you wouldn't know how to spell it, then it was probably real.
Good logic.
All right, guys. We got a regular one.
4 left?
Yeah, 4 left.
All right, so we'll circle
And
it
there's,
in order.
and there's a tiebreaker, too. So,
All
in
right,
case you-
so Mace has to go first. Here we go.
Okay. Lincoln Park, Mace. Lincoln Park.
Did they ever? I'll say Coachella.
I'm with Mason. Coachella.
DeAndre.
Coachella.
Brian.
Coachella.
Lincoln Park. Nocella. Never performed at
that's
Coachella
my
ever.
chance.
Ever.
All right, 3 left. Mace still has to go first.
All right. Mr. Peeps and the Boys. Mr. Peeps and the Boys, Mace.
Yep. That's a great band. I will say Coachella.
John.
This is 2 left after this.
Yeah.
Mr. Peeps and the Boys. I'm going Nocella. I'm going to take my shot here.
DeAndre.
Nocella.
Brian.
Coachella.
Mr. Peeps and the Boys, I totally just made up.
Oh, there we go.
We're tied. All right.
Glad you like that name.
DeAndre, you got that,
I
right?
got it, yeah.
Okay, so there are 2 left, right?
Yes.
All right. Ireland 6, Mason 6, DeAndre 5, Brian 4. So Brian, you have to go opposite of Mason and I if you can, all right?
Okay.
Mason and I have to go first, Funch. Here we go.
Okay. Spank Rock. Spank Rock. Ireland.
Coachella. Mace.
In agreement. Coachella.
DeAndre.
I'm going Coachella as well.
Oh, Brian, door's open.
Show me Nocella.
Spank Rock. Sorry, Coachella, Brian.
Coachella.
Okay, Brian's out. 1 left. Mace has to go first.
Okay.
Mason 7, Ireland 7, DeAndre 6.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, guys. You guys know who this guy is? Prince. Has he performed at Coachella before he passed?
Mace.
I'm going to say Coachella.
John?
Very tempted. I'm also going to say Coachella, and that gives DeAndre a chance.
Nocella.
Prince. Coachella.
All right.
2008.
And for the second time in a row, it comes down to a Mason
Me and
versus
Ireland.
tiebreaker. All right. Funch, what's the tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker is how much money does Coachella typically generate every year? The closest, what
And
I'm going over.
Not total. It's like annually.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In 1 year.
1 year.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, I got a number.
Okay. I wrote down 17 million.
I wrote down 10 million.
Wow. Ireland, you win. You shortchanging, Mace. It's $114 million every year.
Kidding me.
14 million?
Yes.
Wow.
Why don't they do it every week?
Right?
That is crazy.
Yes.
And that sucks that I lost the last
Again.
2 games of the week to Ireland in a tiebreaker.
There's Coachella and Nocella.
You're getting closer.
Terrible. Terrible.
Glad you guys liked the game.
Yeah, it was great.
It was good.
DeAndre, are you going to go play some blackjack tonight?
I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to head over right after the show's over.
Awesome.
Hopefully win some money, man.
I think those guys are out there, right?
They're already out there.
Nice.
All right,
It's
so
better.
DeAndre, let's see if you're prepared. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Dealer has a 6.
Okay.
Showing.
Yes.
Okay. You have 12. You have a 10 and a 2. What do you do?
Ooh, dealer has a 6 showing. I'm hitting.
You cannot hit that.
Yeah,
Why
don't
not?
hit that
Because
because
you want the dealer to bust. You
You do.
always have to assume
You
the
do.
next card is a face card.
You do, but with the 12, the odds is just, I don't know,
I
just the
know.
odds.
That's why it's hard.
It is.
Right.
But if the next card's a face card, then he busts and you
normally
don't.
the
don't
higher
hit,
chances
don't
of
hit
face
that.
card, yeah.
Don't hit that.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
You have ace 6.
Ooh.
Okay. The dealer has an ace. What do you do?
Well, you get a free hit though, right? So
What's a free hit?
No, I mean,
Oh, right,
yeah,
because
it's
it's an
an
ace. Yeah, you're
so
right.
I'll take that.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, that's the right answer, sure.
Yeah, never stick on soft 17.
Yeah, never.
Never.
Yeah,
never.
I wouldn't even stick on soft 17 if the dealer's showing 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I can't bust.
Yeah, 'cause it's a free hit.
You know, if like DeAndre says, it's a free
It's
hit.
a free hit,
So
yeah.
if I have 8-6,
Right.
I could get a 4 and I go to 21.
You know, blackjack is super fun. Juan plays blackjack.
So no,
He's-
if you were to go to the casino and stuff, what game do you usually
Poker.
play? Poker?
Yeah, I
Okay.
always go to poker. I can play blackjack.
Okay.
I mean, it's a really fun game. I always think that house has a 52-48 advantage in blackjack, and there is no advantage in poker. You pay the rake, but you're playing people, not the house.
Right. DeAndre, dealer showing 10. Okay.
Okay.
You have 11. What do you do?
Ooh, I might double.
That's
I might
exactly
double.
the right
I
answer.
might double. Yeah.
Always assume
Yeah.
the cards you can't see or the next card is a 10.
Yep.
That's a good way to play.
See, look, you would enjoy playing on the table with me. I understand the blackjack.
Right,
and the
no,
rules,
you clearly do
Obviously,
have-
you know, with the 12, that one's a little bit tricky.
All right,
a
how
little
about
bit difficult.
this?
Okay.
Dealer has an ace. You have 2 10s.
Ooh.
What do you do?
I'm staying.
Right call.
I'm staying. I'm
Never
staying, yeah.
split 10s.
No.
Yeah.
You always split aces,
Aces.
and you know what else you always split?
Our aces in, I think it was 2s?
8s.
8s. Okay.
Always split aces,
Aces and
and
eights.
Aces and 8s. Yeah. I
Okay.
remember hearing that. Yeah.
Is this
Never
all?
split 10s.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I think you got a chance to win now.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Cappy has done any research on blackjack, or
I think
do you think
he
he's
has.
familiar
I think
with
he
the
has.
rules
Yeah, I
of the
think-
game?
I think since we've been promoting
Do you
it so
think-
much,
Do you think if Ireland gave him a quiz, he would be able to tell
should give
whether
him
to
a quiz.
hit
You
or
should.
not?
He's trying to say,
Yeah.
all right, I
See how
will
he
quiz.
responds.
I'll give
Yeah.
Cappy different ones than I gave you.
Okay,
All
cool.
right.
Shadano and Cap with Cappy and Beto coming up next. Did you know that Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They are transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support service for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs, so the next time you donate or shop, you're not just decluttering, you're empowering someone's future. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Message brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward. Coming up next, some super crosstalk. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, everybody, it is Friday. Sedano and Cap are ready to take over the bike. The Bicycle Casino, Park West, man. 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. We got a $10,000 blackjack tournament, the first time we're ever doing this. We're going live from 3 to 6. Cards start going down at 7. I can't wait to see everybody out there. Right after Mason and Ireland, we come on to the air, and then 7 o'clock, we play blackjack. We'll see you at the Park West Bicycle Casino. Get ready to party on a Friday with Sedano and Cap. Hey guys, let's talk about Prize Picks. But let's start off by saying this. Do you know ball? I mean, do you really know ball? Are you a ball knower? Well, there's only one series left in the playoffs, and the championship is officially on the line. That means time is running out for you to put your final takes to the test on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players from baseball to hockey to esports, and don't forget my favorite darts and much, much more. Prize Picks invented the flex play. I always play flex, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So here's what I want you to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You're going to get that $50 instantaneously when you make your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Get that $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at highdesertbeerandwinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's highdesertbeerandwinefest.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Tune in to Mason and Ireland all week for your chance to watch LAFC this Sunday, June 8th at BMO Stadium inside the 710 Suite with Jacob and Ronnie. Listen for the cue to call and be caller number 7 for your chance to win sweet passes. All thanks to calljacob.com.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
No, you got to get the mic. You got to turn your mic on.
Turn your mic on.
Do
What
it
is
again.
this?
Start over.
Is this
Start
San Diego radio? Okay. I guess that's close enough. What's up, guys?
Oh my God, we are here in the Park West Bicycle Casino.
Yep.
And I just hit the horn with the F it Friday.
Yeah.
And everybody here is looking at me like, what the F?
I love it when Cappy blows his horn, people pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Everybody's here like there are people here that are trying to concentrate on
Well, we're in
playing
the poker
cards.
room.
Right.
Oh,
Poker,
you're in the
right.
poker room right now?
Right.
And then we're looking across the hallway to the blackjack room, and that's where the Cappy $10,000 blackjack tournament will go down at 7 p.m., Cappy.
Let me tell you something, Chris. You've been promoting.
Got
the
a
Park
bit of a
West
delay
Bicycle-
coming at us, huh?
A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You have been talking about how great it is when you get here to the Park West Bicycle
You
Casino.
smelled it, right?
Oh, my God. I don't know what they're doing. I need that in my house.
They're pumping the perfume in the parking
Seriously,
lot.
that is amazing. Like, Mace, you ever walk into one of those stores like a Bed Bath & Beyond?
Oh, yeah,
and you're
smells like
how could-
soap.
Right. How could I duplicate this smell in my house?
Oh,
right.
it's beautiful.
That
It's
is
like
when you get here.
candles and all that kind of stuff. That
Just fantastic.
aroma, that's nice. So you're playing blackjack with a good aroma in the air.
Right. And I've already checked into the hotel here where I'll stay tonight.
Nice.
And Cappy's got the presidential suite.
And it is amazing.
Is
I just have a regular suite. You have the presidential suite.
It's incredible.
So what's the
ba-
presidential suite like?
So
Well, it's presidential.
the best part of it that I've seen so far, because I was only in there, dropped my stuff, took a quick look around.
Did you scrape?
No scraping.
No scraper?
There's a massive shower that has a bathtub in the shower.
Oh, wow,
So like
that's
one
nice.
big giant room that's bathtub and shower. It's amazing.
Do you think you, Beto, me, and your son Justin could all get in there?
And DeAndre tonight.
And DeAndre.
And DeAndre. Don't forget about DeAndre. And Funchy tonight, too.
Oh, Funchy love him.
Funchy, too. Me, you, Funch, DeAndre, my son Justin. Who else? Beto. 6 of us in the bathtub tonight.
Funchy, by the way, Mason Ireland, he was featured in Craig Karmazin's company call today. His
Oh,
social
nice.
media. The him riding in the Waymo the other day.
Oh, yeah, that's a great bit. That was a great bit. I heard the whole thing. It's terrific.
You like that bit?
Yeah, it's a great bit, man. I
Good
love
bit,
the
good
Waymos.
bit.
I think they're fun.
Well,
Interesting.
Funchy on the streets is fun.
Yeah, Funchy
you know?
doesn't love the Waymos. He's like, whoa, guys. Guys.
So I got a big surprise for you guys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Next week. Cappy, you.
Okay.
Morales, you.
Okay.
Mason, me. Mason's jacuzzi.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. I got
You're-
clearance.
And we could go no bottoms, right?
I would prefer you don't.
But that means we can.
But what does
No,
it matter? I mean, you're wearing a pair of shorts underneath. You're
I
naked.
mean, wear a bathing suit at least. Be
But
respectful.
why are we all of a sudden now allowed in it?
Because they're getting a new
We're
one.
getting a new one. So this is like, this one's on its last legs. It's still hot and it still works, but
this still means we get a video of you, me, and Mace in the jacuzzi.
But wait, I have one question. Are you telling me that you're letting us get in the old one before you get rid of the old one?
We'll be the last ones,
It's a
right?
perfectly working jacuzzi, but you guys will be the last ones in the jacuzzi.
But when you get the new one, are we allowed the new one?
No, we're back to square one.
That's unbelievable.
Wait a minute.
Unbelievable.
I've worked out the bit to some degree.
Yeah, I don't
Does the old one still
this
get
is a win.
Yeah, it's a win.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're not
Johnny I,
excited
is it a
about
win?
it.
I'm very excited.
Johnny-
I can't wait to put bubbles on your face.
Johnny I,
Yes,
you think you think it's a win for us?
I do.
A year ago,
did
you
you
said
know?
you would never set foot in that thing. Now you got an open invite.
Come on, it's a win. Take it. Take the victory.
Plus, then once we get out, we can chase Juan around and get him to get in there with us.
He's got to get in with us.
I think Juan's going out with friends that night.
Oh, really?
He's not going to even.
What night are we doing this?
Yeah, he wants no part of this.
What night are we going?
Probably Tuesday. What night works for you? Tuesday night's perfect.
Well, I think Beto and I are supposed to do our taco tour with our CHLA winners.
Oh, so
on Tuesday night.
why don't we do taco tour, then go to Mace's?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, do
Or
that.
We do taco. How about a taco tour in Venice?
That's
a good plan. I'll go on the taco tour with you, and then we wind up back at the jacuzzi.
Are you confirmed, or are you about 60% on this?
Yeah, what do you say, Mace?
I'm about 80%.
80%. See, I knew.
Yeah.
Not 100.
No,
80.
but 80% is a really good chance.
No, 80% is very good.
So, Cappy, we were talking about blackjack, and
Okay.
Ireland is an all-pro blackjack player.
All right. So, Cap, are you ready? I'm going to give you a test, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. You have a pair of threes, all right?
Okay.
The dealer is showing 10. What do you do?
I'm going to hit.
Just hit.
Just hit.
Just
no
hit.
split. Hit, no split.
No split.
Okay.
No split. Because I'm already in a losing position.
That's the right
If the-
answer.
Yeah.
If the
Okay.
dealer is showing a 10 and I've got two
All right.
threes and I hit, and let's say I get a queen, I've got a 16, I'm still in a losing position.
Right.
Yeah, but what if you split?
No, you shouldn't split those two cards.
Ireland says you
because-
only split eights and aces.
Yeah, now,
Oh.
Cappy, if you have a pair of eights and the dealer is showing 10, what do you do?
Well, at that point, I probably would take my chance and split them.
That's the correct
Although-
answer.
Yeah, although I don't love the play, to be honest with you, John.
No,
because if you
you're an underdog at that point, but 16's a loser hand. So split
it is
the
a loser
eights.
hand. Right, so if you split the eights and you're still seeing the dealer with
and
a
hope
10.
you win one of them.
Right, because then maybe what you get lucky is maybe you get a 3, and then you can double on the 8 and the 3 against the 10, even though that's probably not a great idea either.
Doesn't
All right,
sound great.
How about this, Cap?
Yep.
You have 12. The dealer is showing a 2. What do you do?
Oh no, I'm not hitting. Let the dealer bust.
There you go. You're ready. You're
on
prepared.
it, man.
You're
You are
right
ready
there.
to
Ready to go. I'm ready to roll.
You act like the guy's never played blackjack before.
Well, you know
Well-
what's weird is
Tell 'em,
supposedly
Linz.
you're allowed to ask any dealer if you should hit or not hit.
Yeah.
And they will tell you
dealer-
what the book is.
And if they speak English, they'll tell you what they
The dealer,
Whoa, John, really?
The dealer will always tell you what the book says.
Yeah, the dealer will say this is you're supposed to hit it or you're not supposed to hit there.
The dealer's never going to say to you, "I can't tell you."
No. He's got to tell you. It's like
Or
the
she.
law. It's a legal situation.
Oh, it is. I didn't know that.
It's by law. The dealer must tell you whether you should hit. Or
Is that
stick.
right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
That's
it's
kind
in
of
the
when
books.
George corrects you all the time on
Yeah,
the show.
right.
The human
It's
red
legal.
pen.
Right.
The
Yes.
human red
Right.
pen.
Exactly.
That's right. Now, John, when you sit down at a blackjack table, let's say you're going to sit down at a $25 minimum hand blackjack table, right?
Okay.
How many hands do you have to play, or how much money do you have to know if the table is going to be hot or cold?
25's a little rich for my
Yeah,
blood.
I would never play a 25.
Okay, let's say it's a $10 table.
$10. Oh yeah, you can't
All right.
find those in Vegas, but I'd play 10.
Yeah, so if I'm playing 10, I have an amount of money that I will not lose more than. So I'll sit down, let's say $300.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll bet 10 and I'll stick to my strategy, and if I lose the 300, I'm out. If I go on a bender or I get hot, I just stay until I get cold.
Okay, so my system is a little different.
Okay.
It's more about a minimum of 10 hands. So if you're going to sit down at a $10 table, you got to have $100 so you can play 10 $10 hands.
Okay.
Right, but you
In
need money.
those-
You need money to split and to double down.
I understand. But if you sit down with 10 hands going in,
Right.
now you're going to start playing a money management system.
Yes.
So and within 10 hands, you're going to decide this table is hot, I'm sticking around, I'm doing well, or this table's ice cold, I lost my 10 hands, I lost that $100, I'm gone. So I wouldn't start with the 300, I'd start with the 100. Does that make sense?
You'd
No,
start
because
with
what-
100.
all right. So what happens if you get 100 and you get 4 hands in a row where you either had to split or double down and you lose them all?
Well, you shouldn't. That would not happen for me at the beginning because the first bet would be $10. Let's say I lose. Okay, here's the next $10. Let's say I win. Now I'm going to go back for $10 because I've still only won one and lost one, and I'm going to take the winning and I'm going to move it over to the other side Because, again, I'm doing a money management play here.
Yeah, money management. You lost me.
You guys
like,
don't
well
like my
into
system.
That.
Lindsay looks very frustrated at your money management system.
Yeah, Lindsay's.
I was just going to say, DeAndre, play the whoa, because that's how I feel right now.
How do you play? Do you play blackjack? Is that what you play?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you play?
Same way as you. Just like you, Cap.
Let's say you started
the dealer.
I don't do the whole, like, splitting and stuff like that. I know when to hit and when not to hit,
But if you have an 8 and a 3, you don't double down?
No.
You don't double down ever?
Why would you not double down?
I don't know, because
Lindsay, if you have an 8 and a 3 and the dealer has a 6, you don't double down?
Blackjack talk on 710.
Well, Cappy, I'll split you at the table. Don't worry.
You're there for a blackjack
tournament. Yeah, I know, but I feel like I just feel like there's a lot.
What you feel like? What
they know what they're doing, right?
Who?
Yeah.
Everyone is playing.
Well, they're all playing poker here.
Yeah,
we're in the poker room. Poker.
So, Cappy, what's the grand prize for the tournament?
So there's a purse of $10,000.
Wow.
The grand prize is $5,000 in free play chips.
Yep.
Second place is $3,000 in free play chips. Third place is $2,000 in free play chips. If I gave you guys $5,000 of free play chips and set you free here at the Park West Bicycle Casino, wouldn't you love to sit down with $5,000?
Hell yes.
Now, can I take the free play chips to the poker room, or do I have to keep playing blackjack?
PK, can you move the chips from room to room? Yes, can you move poker chips? Whatever you want to do. They just said, hey, they said, we're welcome here, whatever you want to do. They don't
check in with PK, the great PK.
I'd go in there with the poker room with a big stack mace and push people around.
Bully people, exactly.
Nice. Hey, guys, earlier today during graffiti, a gentleman called and gave you guys a suggestion in tomorrow's Belmont Stakes.
Yeah.
Which is the third leg of the Triple Crown of horse racing.
Zaya he recommended?
I don't remember. It sounds something like that. There were some Z's in there for sure.
And
so you have another horse you like better?
So, guys, I tried to get you guys involved in my horse racing group
you
earlier
have a horse
this year.
In the Belmont?
Not in the Belmont. So the Belmont moved to Saratoga, which is where it is tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have a horse running tomorrow.
When you say we,
the Great Friend Stables.
The Great Friend Stables.
Explain
it for the audience.
Called the Met Mile is the race. It's a $1 million race.
Is this the one that you win like $250 if he wins it?
No, not
is this
quite
Raging
that.
Torrent is in this race?
Raging Torrent is the race. There's 5 horses in the race. Most people did not want to enter because the 2 horses at the top are monsters. The one horse, which is called Fierceness, was second last year in the Breeders' Cup Classic, which is the Super Bowl of horse racing. And the other horse, whose name is escaping me, like White Arabia or something like that, that horse won the Breeders' Cup Classic the year before. So we are in tomorrow at 12:17 p.m. against what are considered to be the 2 best horses on the planet.
Wow.
And Raging Torrent is in against them tomorrom. And so I just want to say to everybody who's listening.
Can we watch this somewhere?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
TVG, right?
TVG, probably. Listen, I haven't checked my local listings, but we're going to be 7-1, 8-1, and I'm just here to tell you.
Throw it all on your horse.
Take a chance on Raging Torrent tomorrow to shock the horse racing world.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Christopher?
Is it a good looking horse?
Oh, dude, you want to see videos of them? I got videos this morning.
Talking about your horse is how we started our Schwanz bet.
That is true.
That's true. That's where it came from.
That's true because of the Schwanz of the horse.
By the way,
behind the bit,
Cappy, from the